Hey everybody, welcome back to the McDonCast, the funnest podcast in town.
Hey everybody, how you doing? It's me,
The only podcast
Johnny.
around. All the ice in my Diet Coke is melted now. Because
McDonald's,
it took us like an hour to set this up.
they gave me 11 chicken nuggets, so shout out to McDonald's employee.
Max, pass me the ketchup.
Okay.
Max, I think every time we recorded a new episode of the show, we were just shouting out McDonald's as a brand.
Yeah, shout out
Yeah,
McDonald's.
it's kind of- I
You've
don't-
given them cents and free advertising.
I'm not sure what the legal liability is.
I
for
think,
that.
I
okay,
don't know, but we got rid of all of our like McDonald's themed branding,
Yeah.
and we're just using it's our name. So
okay, we've done like 50 episodes, and probably like 45 of those we got McDonald's, so 45 times 10, I mean, that's a large number.
Okay, we spend about $20 at McDonald's each time, right? This is our 51st
such a
episode.
huge finance.
So that's like
40 times
$200 worth of McDonald's for this
That's
entire
more,
show.
that's more than 45 times 20?
Or wait, no, it's 50 times 20. So
No, but we haven't gotten it every time.
yeah, like $1,000-ish dollars.
$1,000. We could have bought like an
That
actual
can't be right.
studio.
I don't know. I don't know if that's what.
Hold on, let me do the
Anyways,
math.
If that's true, we
Hey,
gotta stop.
Sam, I'm still on the call.
You're still what? Okay, then hang up.
Oh, wait, never mind. It glitched out.
Most likely
Yes.
somewhere close to
I mean,
that.
it's not like we wouldn't have eaten the food. Like it's
We
not like
could have
wouldn't
bought
gone
really
to
nice
McDonald's.
microphones.
Yeah,
Gotten the canes, which is
it doesn't really matter. Anyways, welcome back to the McDonCast,
It's
everyone.
$450.
Starting things off, let's get a little rundown here. We've got this. We got Steam Deck news. We got Halo news. We got Anime Awards news. We got all the news. We got Grant Gustin singing news. We got Texas Chainsaw Massacre news. We got Jason Momoa, I think.
I'm kind of excited for the Grant Gustin singing.
All right, so let's get right into it. The Steam Deck finally, after nearly 2 years of development, has an actual release date, and that is February 25th, 2022. 23 days from now.
will anybody buy this?
Yes, this is the only portable PC handheld that I think will actually...
How much is it?
I think $600. More if you want more storage.
That's a little too pricey for
Off
those
my
casual gamers.
Yeah, but you can play Doom at like 50 FPS.
This is what Sony wanted the PS Vita to be.
PS4 Pro.
Yeah, what? Can you take your PS4 Pro in the car?
Like iPhone.
Well, Patrick,
Or these games to iPhone and save the need for an entire console.
Patrick, in his usual taste, has completely misunderstood gaming as a market.
Oopsie.
Patrick, how well do you think Doom Eternal would run on the iPhone 13?
Extremely well.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it would cause the phone to catch on fire. Anyways, yeah, it's finally coming out the 25th. I'm excited for it. I'm not going to buy it because I don't have the money or really the need to buy one of those, but this is the first real like PC gaming handheld that actually has like a big company behind it. Like there are some other smaller ones like the what is it? The Ava Neo, the
whatever Nvidia
GDP Win. Nvidia doesn't have one. I don't know why you thought they did, but
They do it every now.
they have an Nvidia Shield, but that's like a TV thing. But yeah, I'm excited for
It's
it.
also the first real like competitor to what Nintendo's been doing.
Yeah, it's also the first Switch
So
competitor.
I am interested to see how that is because it's a Valve thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's most because remember when they had the Valve Index, which is their VR thing.
Mhm.
I remember that launched and they put one big game on it, and then they've just abandoned it.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see if they do that same thing here. The difference being
Well, they originally promised that the entire Steam library would be playable.
on Valve.
They have since gone back on that since it's running.
on here.
Yeah, since it's running Linux, like a modified version of Linux as the operating system.
Yeah, there's no way you're
So,
gonna get every game to run on.
They didn't. They just
So
couldn't.
it can't run Windows only games?
Some of them, yeah. It depends on the game. A lot of them is because like they can't get the anti-cheat to work because Linux doesn't allow you to do like certain things that like I don't know. It allows you to do it, but it doesn't give them the same data. So it reports it basically like you're cheating. The game thinks you're cheating if you're running games on Linux sometimes.
Yeah. The other question will be: will a system with no exclusives, entirely back catalog games, be enough to sell on its own? What's the beep?
I don't know what's beeping, but it's not like it's every PC game.
I really hope this sells well because if it does, then it won't get abandoned immediately. Then we can get actual innovation in portable gaming.
Well, we've
Other
had-
than Nintendo, though. A
Nintendo's
console that
doing-
is 10 years behind
you
in
cannot
hardware.
do that with AirPods in.
I can't.
No, you're gonna have to take that one out if you're gonna do that.
Patrick's lying.
Patrick's laying in his bed right now. That's what that horrible gargling noise
Yeah,
was.
he also refused to be on camera.
Anyway, yeah, I'm excited for the Steam Deck. I think it'll be cool. Yeah, let's move on. There's not a whole lot much to say else about that.
Evil Dead.
Evil
the
Dead game delayed to May 13th. Oh no, not the Evil Dead game.
Sam, I know you're a big Evil Dead fan. You can name all 4 Evil Dead movies.
I can't.
Can you name one of them?
Are they all called Evil Dead?
Evil Dead.
2 of them are called Evil Dead.
Well, then I can name 2 of them.
Anyway, sorry if you were looking forward to that game.
Yes, you'll have to wait.
Like 2 more
Play Dead
months.
by Daylight or something. I don't know. Sony
Or
is
play any other
buying
game.
Bungie, developer of Destiny and the original creator of Halo, with another massive video game studio buyout. The deal is estimated at $3.6 billion, and the studio will become an independent subsidiary, which
So
they're an independent, non-independent part of Sony.
Sony went, oh no, Microsoft got Activision or whatever. We
Oh
gotta
no, Microsoft
compete.
bought Call of Duty, Overwatch, literally all the games. What should we do? Let's buy Destiny.
Let's buy this
that
crappy
game,
game.
that's free on every platform that
And
no one likes.
plays.
This is genius move.
I
Yeah.
think this was probably, obviously, I don't think this was a direct response because this was probably
No, this has probably been in the works
been
for
in the
some
works for
time.
months, but I don't really know what they see in Bungie.
There's not a lot of value there. Sorry, Bungie. No
Bungie
offense.
made the first 4 mainline Halo games, and then after that, they quit to go do other stuff, and they did Destiny.
hmm
And Destiny took like 8 years to make, and wasn't very good. No one really liked it all that much, and then they made Destiny 2, which had
Which was
the same
basically
problem,
the same story. Yeah.
and was basically so bad they had to completely redo the entire model of how the game worked, where it became a free-to-play game
And people still wouldn't play it.
with a bunch of DLC packs, and it's still not that popular.
You know your game's good when you make the price $0 and still no one wants to play it.
And still sell physical copies of the game, even though it's $0.
Even though it's a free download. Yeah.
So
Anyways.
maybe not the best idea, Sony.
That's
But you do
interesting.
you know.
I think Sony is desperately trying to make a Game Pass competitor way too late in the game, and we'll see how that ends up going for them.
That's and they got PS
And that's
Now.
pretty much it for gaming news. Oh wait, we got weekly Fortnite news, and this is probably the biggest. This isn't on here, but this is easily the biggest weekly Fortnite news we've ever had in the history of the McDonCast. The Rock is finally coming to Fortnite in one day. After today, The Rock is in Fortnite, gamers.
I haven't played Fortnite for like a month.
Yeah, well, would you play
I
it
don't
if
really
I
care.
told you The Rock was in it?
Probably not.
No.
Well, he's gonna be in it anyway.
Yay!
We have more rock news later as well.
Oh, and we got the teaser. More of The Rock news coming later on in the show.
Spud drive.
Alrighty, moving on to TV news. We got our Halo show has an official release date. Premieres March 24th on Paramount Plus.
Okay. So this is Paramount's kind of their rebuttal to the Mandalorian.
Mhm.
Their last one was there were a million Star Trek shows they're pumping out every
Yeah.
40 minutes. But this is like their big budget so Halo was originally going to be a movie forever. Back in like the mid 2000s when Halo was at like its heyday. Like Halo 2, Halo 3 time.
Yeah, the big Halo time.
Microsoft wanted to sell it as a movie because it was a hot thing.
Yeah.
So they had a script written. When they had a guy in a Halo in a Master Chief costume go around to all the big studios and hand them the script and like give them a little pitch,
Mhm.
and no one did it.
Mhm.
No one wanted to do it because video game movies were just absolute failures all the time at that point.
Yeah, pretty much.
So then it just kind of languished in development hell. Eventually it popped up again as a TV series on Showtime, being executive produced by Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
And then there was no news on it after that for like another 5 years. And then when Paramount Plus had its big reveal, they announced it was moving from Showtime to Paramount Plus, and that's when they revealed like the cast and the showrunner and stuff. It was reported.
Patrick, you're laying on the microphone.
It was reported many episodes ago on this very show that the showrunner had quit like 3 episodes into filming, and they had to get a new
Patrick,
one.
do you want to just take a nap, buddy?
No, I'm engaged.
Okay.
Patrick's gonna fall asleep in like 2
Patrick
minutes.
is already falling asleep.
But it's finally coming out. I watched. Do you want to pull up the trailer?
Let's try to pull up the trailer. You keep talking.
The trailer. I mean, it looks like Halo, kinda. The costumes are great.
That's what we were aiming for. We were looking for looks
the
like Halo
special
kinda.
effects don't look that good, and the other problem is it just looks like a bunch of people running around in a very small desert set.
Yeah, my biggest problem was the Halo guy. The Master Chief costume just doesn't. Is this the one here?
Yeah, that's it. That's the name.
All right, here we go, guys.
Oh my gosh, it's audio. Quick,
Mute.
mute.
Alrighty, but there's
So,
what are they?
yeah,
The
you
Covenant
know, I love the mini trailers on the
before the trailer starts. That's my
So there,
favorite.
there's your CGI.
That's the
and then
Halo
here's
City.
your actual set, which is very obviously just a very small desert set they built in the middle of.
I mean, it doesn't
in
look
California.
bad. It looks very Star
My
Wars.
problem is that it looks like this. That's the setting for the whole show.
Yeah,
It's just this very small area that's very obviously just Southern California.
and it does look very Star Warsy, like a lot
It
more.
looks like they're just trying to rip off the Mandalorian.
It's
Yeah.
Mandalorian.
The guy in
What
suit
show?
who will never take his helmet
Halo,
off.
Master Chief.
Doesn't really talk a lot. Wanders around in the desert. And
Shoot gun
Yoda's.
with sword.
Maybe.
like, look, they're just walking around in Southern California.
Ooh, there's the laser swords. Those guys are
so
very.
those
That's like
two-
some CW quality CGI right there.
So those 2 Halo fans that have Paramount Plus will watch the show.
Ooh,
and
I
that'll
played
be it.
Master Chief game.
It
I have
looks
seen
around the
that.
same budget as Star Trek Discovery, but it should cost more than Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah, because the
this is
sets
a Halo.
are like giants. It's like a space opera,
I mean,
not a.
when you can very obvious when it's like noticeable to you, like more when there's like where the difference between like the big swooping establishing shots and the guys very obviously sitting in a very small room.
Yeah.
Well, and that's Cortana right there.
Oh, I missed it.
Doesn't
Oh,
look
well.
like Cortana, but
Well, is it Cortana or Weapon?
it's the AI lady.
Does she have a jacket on?
No.
No.
Does she look naked?
Yes.
Okay, then that's Cortana. Weapon has like a
I
clothes
mean-
on.
The problem is that no one's going to get Paramount Plus for Halo.
Which is
No.
what it needs.
Unless you're
to
like
do.
a super diehard Halo
The
fan.
Halo fans will watch it, obviously.
Yeah,
but
if you played like all the Halo games and
I
you
don't
love the
know if
lore and
this is gonna
stuff,
have the general audience appeal, because the Mandalorian wouldn't have done as well as it did without Baby Yoda.
yeah.
No.
Baby
Yeah.
Yoda brought in that mass general
Well,
audience.
they brought in
appeal.
the awe girls.
Well, brought in
The girls who watched Alvin and the Chipmunks and go, oh.
It brought in all the people who were like, "What's this Baby Yoda thing?" I
Oh,
gotta
that's-
know
I
what's
like
going
how
on."
the next recommended
That's like what
video
we were
is,
talking about.
it does not look good.
Yeah. But like that, Baby Yoda was able to bring in a lot of people who wouldn't have watched The Mandalorian. If
It
just
got
came
the
on this.
hardcore nerds. It got the
Yeah.
Disney regulars.
Disney, yeah.
It,
Halo,
it had a little something for everyone.
Halo just looks like it's gonna bring in the Halo fans.
Yeah, Halo looks
Because
like
it doesn't look like a whole lot more other than just guys in Master Chief outfits run around in the desert and just kind of.
The
like,
lore
why
in
does
Halo
the-
is so complex
yeah. So
that
it's like ridiculous.
no other people
But,
will want to watch it.
Why on earth does it look worse than like a Halo 5 cutscene? Like let's if we go back, let's look up Halo 5. Why did it go away? 5 cutscene. Like the effects genuinely look worse than just like some I don't even know which one. Let's just cut to like a random point. Who cares? And that's gameplay. I don't think this guy. Yeah, see, like, why do the effects for the show
look
look worse than like the cutscenes for the game?
Yeah, it looks like they didn't spend the money on it. And very rarely in like modern TV shows or movies is the effects the problem.
Yeah,
But
Well, but I think we might just be spoiled with The Mandalorian, with Wanda. Well, no, it's not as much WandaVision, but like with Loki, with HBO shows having absurd budgets. Like I think,
Yeah, I guess.
I don't think Paramount Plus can compete. They just can't.
But if they want to, they gotta fork over the cash.
Yeah,
And if they're not, and Viacom is not a small company. It's Viacom.
they have the money.
They have the money, but if they're not willing to spend it, they're never gonna have a big service.
No, yeah,
The thing is that Star Wars can reach to a lot of people because it's not super complex on the
well,
surface.
it's not even that. It's just more people are familiar with it.
And yeah, it's also more familiar.
More people
But
have
it's
seen
like-
the movie Star Wars than have played it.
More
Yeah.
people can understand guy in helmet, Star Wars world, shoot aliens. Less people can understand this guy is fighting the human race
The
against
last
this
hope
race
for
that fought
humanity
over
against
here
the
in the
alien
humanity.
covenant,
Like, that's
whatever.
so much harder to understand as a general audience than guy with helmet
Wow.
and cute baby.
It just doesn't look great. It doesn't look like the writing's there to compensate for what looks like a pretty bland
bare
sci-fi
bones
show.
situation. Yeah, we'll see though. We'll see. It could be good.
Speaking of other
And we've
Paramount
got
Plus shows,
The
The
Offer.
Offer, which is the fictionalized TV show about the making of The Godfather.
Oh wait, no, I hate this. Never mind. I'm not playing. I don't.
Yeah, well, we can just
Conceptually, I
get
hate
over
this
that.
Why you hated it?
because it's a fictional documentary, which
Those same-
defeats the whole purpose of a documentary.
That's like if I wrote a book-
That doesn't make it
Every
less
biopic
stupid.
is.
No, but like a biopic, like they are intentionally like you can't do a documentary of like some of the stuff that happens there. Like this is literally like this could have just been a documentary.
No, this is like a dramatized like version of it.
That's still dumb. I don't
That's
like it.
like if I-
This is Paramount cashing in. This was their only way to do a Godfather show.
Yeah, that's why
Because
I don't
they
like
couldn't
it.
continue the movies because that's such a like wrapped up linear.
Yeah,
Like you don't go outside the Godfather core trilogy because what do you?
and there's
do?
not a whole lot
maybe.
more to explore in that
yeah,
universe.
you could
Yeah.
just-
I mean, you could do more mobsters, but then you're just making a mobster.
Yeah.
Maybe. New idea, guys. What if
Max,
we came
they
up
can't
with
do
an
that.
original idea?
I mean, the story itself is pretty interesting, involving like Francis Ford Coppola and the studio, and where the movie industry was in general at that time. But I don't know if
Yeah.
I think this is supposed to be like 8-hour-long episodes. Like that's a lot
Why?
Yeah.
for a story
That's
you
like
can pretty
the-
much learn the gist of by reading on.
That's like the
Wikipedia.
Beatles show,
Yeah.
except no one has Paramount Plus, so
Well,
literally
except
not a
for,
single
you know,
person
the-
will watch this.
The Get Back, the whole point of that was to get like in depth into like their entire creative process.
Well, and
Yeah.
people care about the Beatles.
People care about the Beatles, and people already had Disney
Yeah.
Plus. That's why
Yeah.
people watch that. Because people already had Disney
the
Plus.
Yeah.
problem
it was
is,
a Peter Jackson.
the problem is right now is that Paramount Plus isn't trying to get people. Well, they're trying to get people to sign up, but there's nothing on there that they're doing that'll make people sign up. Like if they're going
They
for
don't
like,
got that one big show.
yeah, if they're going for
need
like
that
one
one
big
big-
show, they need to go for like way bigger IPs. Like if they did an Office like reunion episode or something,
Viacom owns
that might bring in
Nickelodeon,
some
right?
people.
what?
Viacom owns Nickelodeon, right?
Yeah, they.
Oh wait,
yeah,
no, I'm thinking
Paramount
of
Plus Nickelodeon stuff.
I'm thinking.
Okay,
of
so make an
Peacock.
Avatar. Put the Avatar show on
They
there.
are. They're working on.
Yeah, do
No,
something
take
else.
it off of
They're forming
Netflix.
Avatar
Take it off of
Studios.
Netflix. Put it on there.
Well, I mean, it will pretty soon. It's just contractual stuff.
I
Yeah.
keep forgetting that Paramount Plus and Peacock aren't the same thing.
Yeah, but like Netflix has like 8 big shows. Disney Plus has Mandalorian and Marvel stuff.
Netflix has everything that
Even-
HBO Max and Disney
Even
doesn't
Amazon
have.
Prime has The Boys.
Mhm.
Peacock has a sitcom from 8 years ago that people still watch obsessively.
Amazon Prime doesn't even need that much stuff because everyone already has Amazon Prime.
Everyone has it.
Yeah.
Yeah, people get it for the free shipping,
Yeah.
and then they keep it because hey,
Like
The Boys
you
is
either
on.
have Amazon Prime because you order a lot of stuff from Amazon, or you just don't
no
have
one
it.
buys Amazon Prime for the stream. Eventually, Amazon's going to make the ridiculous and idiotic mistake of separating them, and as soon as they do that,
Their platform's going to die
that platform's going
immediately.
to die
Yeah.
so hard.
I don't know. Jeff Bezos isn't that money hungry. He's got plenty of money
Yeah,
already.
when does Jeff Bezos ever want more money?
No, I mean like he doesn't really need to do that though.
Sam, are you going to make me listen to your anime
All right,
awards?
we are
Uh,
going to go through
I'm
the
gonna take a
Anime
nap.
Awards 2022.
So you can go ahead and
or
leave.
2021 rather nominees.
Did Chainsaw Man come out?
Is the vote already
I
over?
haven't seen any of these. I don't even know what any of these are.
Oh, the voting's wrapped. Okay, well,
So you
we
can't
can
even
still
at-
look.
You
I
can't
think
even look at the nominees.
voting is. Wait, can we? Yeah, wait, can we? Okay, no. Okay, we can. We just can't vote. All right, so the first one up is Anime of the Year. For that, we have
I vote for
86, which
Odd
is
Taxi.
Tucker,
Is that
can you
about a
shut up?
Taxi
taxi
actually might
driver?
win.
Is that about a taxi driver?
Yes and no.
Tucker, how about you just be quiet for this
So
segment?
86 is like a war drama where like the robots fight the wars. Spoiler alert. It's not robots, it's people in the robot. You know
Is it a metaphor?
yeah, you know Ender's Game?
Oh yeah.
It's like that, but from the perspective of the people in the ships that he murders at the end of the movie.
So it's okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So it's not I mean, I didn't even watch it to be honest.
Yeah, I haven't
Attack
seen
on
it either.
Titan season final season part 1 is going to win because
Because it's Attack on
freaking
Titan.
Attack on Titan, and
it's
that's
one of-
Part two,
what's going to
what's
happen.
releasing
Probably
right
one of the
now?
That's
best
the one that's out
animes
right
I've
now.
seen.
This is part 1 of season 4.
Didn't they air like 2 years ago?
It aired last year
Why is it
over the summer.
like 2021?
This is the 2021 awards.
Ah.
Yeah. Odd Taxi out of these should win, but it's not going to because Attack on Titan is more popular. Odd Taxi
Yeah.
is basically like a who's the director?
Is it like the TV show Taxi from the 70s? With
Tucker,
Danny
be
DeVito?
Not
quiet,
even
please.
remotely related in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
Who's
It might have
the
been the 80s.
Tucker, be
who's the
quiet.
director of Pulp Fiction? Quentin Tarantino.
Tarantino?
This is basically a Quentin Tarantino anime. It's actually like the writing style is very much reminiscent of like Quentin Tarantino style movies and stuff. Sunny Boy I didn't see, but it looks really interesting. Ranking of Kings I didn't see, but I've heard it's good.
Is that a show about
Jujutsu
Jujutsu
Kaisen is
Kaisen
really good.
is really, really, really good, but it's
I don't think
it's
that's
just not gonna be
anime of
Attack
the
on
year.
Titan.
what does core mean?
That's like the second arc.
Like I've been
Who runs
waiting.
this?
I've been waiting a
Crunchyroll.
while for like season 4.
All right, then we have
part 2.
Best Boy, which okay, if you're not familiar with anime, you might not even know what this means.
Is this best male protagonist?
Basically, yeah, or best male character. It doesn't even have
Is
to
it
be a
like the
protagonist.
actor or the character?
Ooh,
The
I want
character.
Senku to win.
So
we
this
have-
is like a Twitter
Draken.
poll as an award show.
Well, this specific award is it's an anime thing. Like if you don't watch anime, you're not gonna know what this means.
I think
I vote
Senku
for the
should
Walrus
probably win.
Boy.
He's that's the guy from Odd Taxi. He's the main character.
I love
Bone
Senku.
Taxi
There's
all the
Senku
way.
from Dr.
The Danny
Stone.
DeVito show.
Izumi Miyuma from Horimiya. I didn't see that. Boji from Ranking of Kings. I didn't see that either. Mikey from Tokyo Revengers.
Draken.
I was not expecting. And Draken.
So I
I
think
feel like they could win. I feel like they're
Probably-
front runners to win.
yeah, I
I
love
don't-
Senku though. That's probably one of my favorite anime that I've
watch
seen.
so much anime.
Otakawa is just
2021.
like an old man. Like
Yeah.
I don't even know why he's here.
He's a walrus.
The category is like best boy, not best 50-year-old man.
He is a walrus. He's not even a man.
Yeah, he's not even a boy. All right, best girl. I feel like
I
that's
vote purple.
fairly obvious
I
how
vote
that one
everyone
works.
has purple hair.
We have the girl from 86.
Is
I
that
haven't
purple?
seen that. No, her eyes are
Do
white.
any of them have purple hair?
She has like
Tucker,
dark
that's
hair. None of them have
bluish.
purple hair.
Bluish counts.
Anyways, we have the girl from 86 I didn't see. Nobara from Jujutsu Kaisen. I feel like
I'm
she
not a
could
big
win,
fan of
but
her.
she's just like not very
I don't
interesting.
like her that much. kinda just there.
She might win actually from Komi Can't Communicate.
Oh yeah,
She'll probably sweep.
I watched a few episodes of that. I haven't.
I
finished
haven't.
it yet.
It's one of the only shows that Netflix is actually simulcast, where they're airing it like as it's coming out.
What is Fruits Basket the final season?
Okay, apparently it's this really, really, really sad show. I haven't seen it. I've seen part of. Okay, so there was one in the '90s they made, the original one. It's just
Tucker, be
basically a
quiet.
remake of that, but like they actually finished it. It's a lot better.
I've heard it's really, really good.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good. I haven't seen it.
Wonder Egg.
I've been busy
I-
watching One Piece.
Keki Shoujo. What is that?
I have no idea.
Obviously, that's
I don't remember what this even is, to be honest. And Oto from Wonder Egg Priority. That show started off really strong, but then it got really, 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 really dumb at the end. So,
Like drawing
she
in
was
the
a
pranks?
fine character. She could win, but the show was really stupid.
Probably not.
Is it the audience who
I
votes
think
for this?
Fruits Basket.
Yeah, the audience votes for these, but
Who has the biggest like fan? Which show is the most popular?
the vote isn't how it wins. The vote is just like the vote. It's sort of
Who
like,
picks it?
it's like the Electoral College.
What?
It's like the Electoral College. Like you can vote, but it doesn't really do anything.
That's not how the Electoral College works.
Yeah, you vote, and then the
So is
electorates
there, like,
actually pick.
Representatives elected by Crunchyroll.
There's like judges. Yeah, it's like
I
the
think-
it's okay. It's
Okay,
like
wait.
it's like
So
the
it's like
Academy,
a-
but if there was like a fan vote in it also.
So there's there is people who pick, and then the audience just votes for fun.
the
Who's
vote
picking? Just
the,
people who work for Crunchyroll.
the vote plays it. No, it's like anime like directors and stuff. It's like people who are actually involved in the industry.
Okay.
I think
the vote
Toru
does
or
play into
Shoko
it,
will
but
win.
it's not the whole thing.
I was gonna say if this is all audience decided, then whatever the most watched thing will just win.
Yeah, they did
Yeah,
that the
that would
first
be
time,
stupid.
and it didn't end well because My Hero Academia won every single category.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, because
Oh.
if you get a big chunk of audience and you go, like, imagine if they did the Oscars.
Yeah, because
But oh my god, that sucks so bad. Spider-Man just whatever.
Yeah, this is like the newest award show there is. So they've made mistakes. The first year they did it, it was just the vote, and yeah, it did not.
Imagine the Oscars, but it's like
Yeah, I think Shoko or Toru
Yeah, I
will
think
win.
Komi is gonna sweep. Maybe Nabara just because
I don't know.
popular.
She's not that popular though.
Then we have
Like,
best protagonist.
sound editing, Spider-Man.
We have the winner, Eren Yeager.
Eren Yeager.
Then we have Joe from
he's
Megalobox
definitely-
character from
Attack on Titan. Yeah.
Tucker, can you let us go through the thing without interrupting every 5 seconds,
Rim.
please?
Isn't there a character in Pacific
No, the
Rim
robots are
named Eren
called
Yeager?
Jaegers, but they're not. There's no character named Jaeger in the show.
Okay, I might be thinking of a different character who's
Also,
named,
it's
Tucker,
spelled
please,
different.
please
Johnny
be quiet
February
for
or
like
something.
2 seconds.
Anyways, there's Eren Yeager.
It'll be Eren.
Everyone knows Eren Yeager, right?
Eren's the
I don't know who
best.
that is. Joe from Megalobox Season 2. I haven't seen Season 2 or Season 1, but I've heard it's very good. The guy from Ranking of Kings again. I from One Reg Priority. Otakawa, who deserves to win this category but won't because Eren's here. And Yuji Itadori from Jujutsu Kaisen. So
Who's
I think
all right.
Eren's going to
What
sweep
is this category?
best protagonist.
Best protagonist.
So there's best. Okay, whatever.
Let us.
Taxi.
I don't understand
Let's
how.
go through the
It's
thing,
not
fucker.
hard to understand. Best
I'm
protagonist.
voting Taxi.
Okay. Then we have best antagonist with a bit of an upset. Eren Yeager's been nominated for both categories
Imagine he wins
because at
both.
this point in Attack on Titan, no one knows who the good guys are
Yeah.
anymore.
Isn't it the Titans are the bad guys?
Oh, you poor sweet child who hasn't seen the show. You
Don't
have
they
no
just-
idea
don't
what
they
you're
wanna
talking
eat
about.
The guys?
The guys are Titans, moron.
But is it don't
The
aren't
people
Titans-
turn
It's a
into
metaphor for
Titans.
Nazis. Just shut up.
Oh, then the Nazis are the bad guys.
Well, they were the bad guys, but
I guess this is made in Japan, so in their opinion,
no, the Nazis are definitely sometimes the bad guy. The show's very complicated. Just watch the show.
I won't.
Shiragaki from My Hero Academia.
I hate
Who
him.
cares about
I
My Hero
vote
Academia?
forever characters.
Yano
whose
from
name is
Odd
hardest for
Taxi.
me to pronounce.
Honestly, I like his character a lot, but he just wasn't in the show, and he just didn't
Yeah.
really play that big of a role.
Oh, hey, look, ReZero.
Adam from Skate the Infinity. Did
Why is
anyone
that
actually
nominated?
watch Skate the Infinity?
I think I know like one person that watched it.
This girl from ReZero, who wasn't even the antagonist in that season.
Name
So,
Yeah, I don't know what they
Echidna,
yeah, I think so.
Like-
I haven't
like-
seen ReZero.
like Knuckles.
I think maybe. I honestly have no idea who that is. And Teta Kisaki, who deserves to win because of the way
Tokyo
Tokyo
He
Revenge
was
just plays
pretty
out.
good.
But Eren Yeager will win
Eren
because
Yeager
he's
will win,
nominated.
'cause
Actually, he
he's
might
Eren
not
Yeager.
win. We'll see.
I think people want him to be the protagonist.
Yeah,
so-
most people seem to have taken Eren's side,
Yeah.
regardless of.
in the anime community, which one of these is perceived as like the words pandering?
What do you mean?
You know how in the Oscars there's like movies, like the movies that are tailor made.
There's
like,
no
old white
Oscar
guys?
bait anime.
There isn't.
No, because this award, like the anime, this is very much a Western thing. The anime awards. So the actual
Japan doesn't really care.
and you don't actually. They're not big enough yet that anyone actually like cares whether or not they win. So there's not really any like
But do like
Academy pandering.
do like
Also, the Academy doesn't. The Crunchyroll like judges don't have like a clear preference towards specific kinds of things the way
Okay.
that the Academy does. So
so will they
Yeah.
just
So it
pick the
actually
most
works.
popular one?
sometimes they do. Sometimes they pick the one that's like has the best character arc or is the best written. It depends on the
Okay.
it depends on the season of anime there that
Let's
happens.
just keep going.
Best
Anyway, I want this guy to win because
Turkey Skew is definitely
Eren
really
deserves
good.
to murder all the Nazis.
Yeah.
Best fight
Scene. All right, we have Eren Yeager versus Warhammer Titan. Okay, this might be a hot take. That fight wasn't very good.
Yeah, you couldn't
it
really
was
see what was going
cool,
on.
but it was shot at night.
was-
It was a
I
little.
vote for-
It was
I
just not
loved
very
seeing.
good.
I loved seeing the Titans, but it wasn't that great of a fight scene.
Yeah, we have Yuji versus Yuji and
That was all right.
that one was really cool actually. The
Yeah.
animation in this fight was like god tier.
Yeah.
I'm full force on this one. Elma versus Toru. I saw clips of this on TikTok. I haven't even seen the show, but the fight scene did look really cool. Naruto Uzumaki versus Ishiki Otsutsuki. Okay, this fight looked really cool.
It looked fantastic.
but because of what it represents,
I just hate
it's
it.
really
I
dumb.
hate it so
I
much.
don't care.
I hate
Naruto die in
Boruto
that
so much.
fight?
No,
No.
his fox does.
Yeah, the nine-tailed
Just so
fox dies.
stupid.
Superpowers do?
Yeah, he
I
loses.
hate-
Well,
Is he dead?
who?
Or like Naruto right now?
No, he's not
the,
dead.
The nine-tailed fox is dead, but
So he
he's
just
fine.
doesn't have any powers.
Well, he
No,
still has.
he's-
Okay, so
he's
he was
insanely strong
already
with-
exceptionally
without the
strong
fox.
before because
He's just less strong now.
yeah, because he's
So now they can give him like a 10 episode arc where he
Listen,
regains his powers. Like
he's
Yeah,
that.
but also a second to
yeah, shut
explain,
up.
geez.
He's not even the main character of that show, so that's not going to happen. But the way his powers work is, generally speaking, he's using most of his powers to keep the fox from taking himself over, right?
Well,
So
they're
it's
friends
good that
now.
it died.
Yes and no. They eventually became friends, and so he was using like Kurama like way amped his powers like by a ton. But my point is, he's still very strong, but he's not like nearly on the same level as he was before.
So now he's not like.
Before he was
So they
God,
did that
now
thing where
he's
they nerfed him so
really
so
strong.
they can't have the argument of that he'll solve the
Yeah,
problems.
exactly.
Okay.
And it was the same. They also
And so they can
Sasuke, his
become
main
the sun
rival,
to be
had
more
like this like magic eye that let him like literally manipulate planetoid-sized asteroids and stuff like that. He also lost his eye in the fight.
I hate it so much.
No,
I hate this.
they're probably around even
And
now.
now Boruto can be.
He can become more powerful.
And then he can be better than Naruto. And then the fans can complain that Naruto should be cooler than Boruto.
The fans don't watch Boruto.
Because Boruto sucks.
The fans don't care. The
I want Boruto
fans
to
watch
just end.
You
Boruto.
guys aren't hardcore
The
Boruto
Naruto fans don't really care what happens in Boruto anymore.
Naruto's son.
I'm gonna slap Boruto. Tucker, shut up.
Anyways, Yuji Tadori and the girl against the other character. This fight wasn't as cool. Honestly,
Yeah.
this fight was better. I don't even remember what happened in this fight. Vivi versus Yugo. Okay, I was not expecting this to get nominated. That wasn't even the best fight in the show, to be honest. But I feel like I want this one to win just because Vivi needs more representation
Yeah.
this year. All right, best director.
All right, this one's going to whoever's name I can't pronounce the most.
Attack on Titan. Yuichiro Hayashi, I believe is how you say that. I mean, the directing, it's Attack on Titan. It's like
Yeah.
definitely-
It's going
It'll
the top
probably
two.
win.
Jujutsu Kaisen was
Attack on
good,
Titan.
but there's nothing special. Honestly, Odd Taxi deserves to
I'm
win this
giving
one.
mine to Attack on Titan because I can't pronounce that guy's name.
Tucker,
can't pronounce any of
you
these.
can't pronounce any of these guys'
I can
names.
do all of them but Attack on Titan. Watch
Really?
this.
Say this one.
Shingo Natsume.
Say this one.
Shin Wakabayashi.
This one.
Baku Kinoshita.
Okay, that
Sanku
one's
Park.
easy. Yeah, that one I guess
can't
is
do
the
that one.
hardest.
That's why it wins.
Anyway, I think Odd Taxi deserves to win because again, it was very like it was very like Tarantino-esque, and that kind of directing style just isn't something we see in anime
here's a
very
question.
often.
Here's a question.
Okay, you
One.
don't have a question, so we're
No,
moving on.
I was waiting for Patrick to tell me.
Tucker,
How odd is the taxi?
That's not what the show's about.
But that's what it's called.
Shut
oh
up!
my
You're a moron.
gosh, you're just
You have no idea what
interrupting
you're
every
talking about.
second.
All right, best animation.
Oh, Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer for sure.
I
think
know.
it's gonna-
no.
it'll
no.
go to
Mushoku
Demon Slayer,
Tensei
though.
easily.
No, but it'll go to Demon
It'll
Slayer.
probably go to Demon Slayer because it's more popular.
Yeah.
One second. How many of these are left? How many categories?
Like a couple, lots.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay. I think Mushoku Tensei easily deserves to win.
Yeah.
The animation is unparalleled. Honestly, this also should have been nominated for Anime of the Year. I don't know why it wasn't. It easily should have been. Wonder Egg Priority was good, but it was nothing special. Vivi was really good, but there were a lot of parts where the animation just wasn't there. Miss Kobayashi was really good, but I don't care about that show. And Jujutsu Kaisen honestly could win too.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like Jujutsu Kaisen in a lot of ways was stronger than this, especially because it's the Mugen Train arc, which no one even watched because everyone saw the movie.
So
I think Jujutsu Kaisen could win this one, but I think Mushoku Tensei should win this one. Best character design. This should not even be nominated. Literally every character looks the same.
yeah.
This one's fine. Vivi, it's kind of generic. Like it's a fantastic show, but the art
Odd
design is
Taxi
kind of generic.
should probably win this one.
Wonder Egg, meh. Odd Taxi should win.
Yeah.
The rest of them just
Skate
really
the
don't have it.
Infinities, they all look the same.
Skate the Infinity. I don't even know why it's here. Best score, Demon Slayer.
Probably,
let's
yeah.
be honest. Yeah, either Demon Slayer or Vivi. Honestly, the rest don't even come close. Best voice acting performance, Japanese. I only saw these 4. These 2 I'm unfamiliar with. I've heard hers was really good, but I have no idea because I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is or what Lupin the Third Part 6. Yeah, I have no clue what's going on there. Gabby was very good. Eren Yeager was very good. Honestly, I feel like Gabby was a little bit more impressive than Eren just because
Yeah.
most of Eren's line delivery was just, I'm Eren Yeager and I'm gonna kill
Yeah.
you. Again, I think Odd Taxi should win just most of the voice work stuff here. Anyway,
Yeah.
again, I don't even know why she's here. She
Don't worry,
doesn't
I'm
even
back.
talk
Yeah,
that much.
she's in like every category.
All right. Best vocal performance English. Brittany Cox for Fena. Again, I didn't see this show. I don't know what that is. I don't know. I didn't even watch that one in English, so I don't know what was going on.
Yeah.
I didn't watch any of these shows in English, so I'm just going to skip this because I
Yeah.
have no
Are you
idea.
pro sub and
Best
anti
opening
dub?
sequence.
No, just the subs come out first, so that's what I watch. All right. Vote for best opening sequence.
Oh,
Attack
these
on
are so
Titan.
good.
Attack on Titan v Beast. Oh,
And Tokyo
Odd Taxi.
Avengers.
Okay, these were all okay. Jujutsu Kaisen. Let's be honest. No.
Not that great.
My vote goes to
I
The
don't care what was
Office.
going on.
Tokyo
I don't
Revengers
even-
was
Tokyo Revengers was the
pretty
most
good.
generic one though. Like
It was pretty good.
it wasn't
I
anything
liked it.
special. Odd Taxi absolutely
Wait, does
deserves
this mean
to
the
sweep.
sound or the?
Just the opening.
Oh,
just the
okay.
opening song.
Yeah, no, this.
Odd Taxi by far. It's no
Is it
Yeah,
a
contest.
song
pause.
or like credit sequence?
I'll show you. Like, okay, the two that are
No,
actually
don't show me that. I'm just like, is the category like opening song?
open.
Or
Like you know the Pokemon opening.
so it's
every
like-
anime has an
So
opening.
it's mostly about the song.
The song and the animation that goes with it.
Okay.
It's either going to be Attack on Titan or Odd Taxi. I
Yeah, the-
want Odd Taxi to win. It'll be Attack on Titan.
The song for Tokyo Revengers was great. The actual like scenes.
All right,
with
best
that-
ending sequence. I don't watch ending sequences. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I usually
Best
just skip
action. Not Attack on Titan. I'm sorry.
Demon
Attack on Titan's
Slayer
action
was
was just a
pretty
little
good.
stiff.
them. Yeah.
Demon Slayer probably That's the Mugen Train arc though.
Why are they
Honestly, I
only
don't
doing
care.
Mugen
Jujutsu
Train?
Kaisen I think deserves to sweep this one.
Isn't the
I don't think there's any
Mugen Train
contest
arc
there.
the movie?
They made it. They did the show and the movie. They did the
So
movie
they did
first,
the
but then they
movie and
reanimated
just
it.
split it into episodes.
They
Kind
split
of,
it into
and they did a
episodes, and they
little bit
also
more
added
detail.
a couple more episodes before and after, just to add more like context. But Jujutsu Kaisen deserves to win. Best comedy. That's not even okay. Komi Can't Communicate, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Odd Taxi's, I would argue that's not really a comedy either.
Yeah.
This one I tried to watch, but honestly the joke was it got so boring after the first episode I couldn't finish it.
I haven't
And
seen it.
Heaven's Design Team I did not
I also
watch.
haven't seen
I've
that.
never even heard of this. This one's probably going to win because people simp for this character.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, this isn't really that strong of a category. This is
Yeah.
a drama. This shouldn't even be here. This one was just kind of lame. That one could win, but I don't even... Is this one even over yet? Is this still airing, I thought? Anyways, this one will win. It shouldn't win, but it
How
will.
does like
Probably win.
what are the like requirements for being nominated for anything?
Is it...
Being an
You
anime.
just
have
have to
to, like,
release...
have-
You have to release that year.
And does it have to have like finished, or can it be like mid
This
run?
It has
isn't
to
the
have
Oscars.
finished
Like,
that year.
Okay.
Like, it has to...
this
yeah.
isn't super ginormous. This is just like a kind of a small thing that Crunchyroll
Yeah, there's
does.
not that
Still
many...
have like
o-
requirements.
Only
though.
maybe like 50 anime release a year, so I mean, there's not that many.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, animes don't release that often.
All right. Best drama, 86. Again, I didn't watch. Fruits Basket probably deserves to win from what I've heard about it. Odd Taxi should win because that's my favorite one. that's my... Oh, To Your Eternity, though. This show... Okay, Tucker, you know... Actually, no, that
Hang
doesn't
on
make
one
sense.
second. Is the actual title of 86, 86, 86?
Yes.
Awesome.
That's the character's name because they're numbers because they're basically
Their
slaves.
name is 86?
The
Okay,
main
Tucker,
character's
we
name
get
is
it.
86.
Anime's stupid. You don't like it. Can,
No, I'm just
can you
because it
please
says
be
86.
quiet?
The main
86.
character's name is 86 and he pilots the robot 86 because that's all he does because he's a slave to the
that's
government
rad.
basically.
So it's like
Anyways,
it's like
Star Trek-
Evangelion.
it's like Star
Kageki Shoujo I did not watch. Odd Taxi, why is it nominated for both? It should win, but I don't know why it's not nominated
the
for both.
dramedy.
Yeah.
To Your Eternity was absolutely incredible. It could also win, honestly.
It was made by the base of your brain.
I think these are about the same. No, I think To Your Eternity was a better drama because the premise of that show is like you follow this. God basically drops an orb down, and anything it touches that dies, it like takes its body, and it basically carries that person's memories and body on with them, and it just lives forever, right? So every character you meet in the show, you know in the back of your head, this character's going to die, and it's going to be horribly sad.
So it's just a
And
show
they just-
about everyone dying and their memories getting stored in a magic rock?
It's about how an immortal being deals with the mortality of those around it.
Okay, from the thumbnail it looked like Balto, but I guess it's not.
Well, in the first episode, you meet this... The orb first touches a wolf that dies in a snowstorm, and so it's like a wolf for most of the first part of the show. And then this is the first character we meet.
Wait, yeah, so the orb possesses their bodies or their...
They die, and then it just like can use their body. Like it doesn't. The body's still around. Like
So it's about a magic orb
it
that
gets the
possesses people.
no, it doesn't possess anyone. It just gets their. It gets like a copy of their body that it can turn into. It can
clones
change.
of you as
Yeah,
you
it
die.
clones you when you die.
Okay.
Yeah, basically. And then he can kind of like commune with their ghosts or whatever. It's complicated, but anyway, yeah, the boy dies like in the second. Spoilers. The boy dies in the second episode. That's his first human form.
Oh, I'm so sad.
And then the show continues. All right, best romance. I didn't watch any of these except Beastars,
Give it to
so I'm gonna
Fruits
say
Basket.
Beastars. Let's go Beastars.
Beastars are pretty
I didn't
weird.
watch any of the
Is that
other
for
ones.
furries?
It is now. It wasn't when it started.
Kind of.
All right. Best fantasy, Mushoku Tensei. We don't even have to talk about the other ones. It's Mushoku Tensei.
Best film.
It's Mushoku
Have I
Tensei.
heard of
I
any
don't.
of
We
the
don't.
Best films.
I talked about this. It's very good, but Mushoku Tensei is better.
Is Bell nominated for best film? I want
Probably. Yeah, actually, it is.
to
We got Bell from Studio
I didn't
Shizu.
like Bell.
I wasn't a huge fan of
It
Bell
was
either,
alright.
honestly.
Spoiler for the reviews
It wasn't
about
like-
it.
Evangelion
bad, but it was
absolutely
not
deserves
great.
to win because it was this is the final chapter of Evangelion.
Yeah, I actually just
and it
started
was,
watching
for
it.
most of the fans, it was a very cathartic experience.
Very cool, but Demon Slayer's going to win.
Demon Slayer will not win.
But it made all that money.
Yeah, but that's not what this
It's
is
not
about.
Tucker. This isn't the
I feel
Oscars.
like you don't understand what this is still.
To me, it feels like a popularity contest.
It is half popularity contest,
Yeah,
half
it's
some
popularity contest. I'll actually, hang on. When did the Evangelion thing come out?
like in November.
Okay, and Bell came out like a month
Bell
ago.
came out, well, for us it came out like a month ago, but it came out in Japan
And
a
it's
while
gonna
ago.
beat a Bell because recency bias.
It's not going to be Bell because no one has seen it.
But recency bias.
Yes, but way more people saw this than this, so it doesn't matter.
But they saw Demon Slayer.
I feel like you still don't really get what this is. Okay.
Recency
Jose
bias
the
factors
Tiger and
into
the
every award
Fish,
show.
I have not seen and do not care about. Words bubble up like soda pop. Even most like
There you go,
hardcore
as if
anime
it's
people
Bell.
have not heard of this.
Quiet.
And Shirobako the movie, I also have not heard of. So okay, I think that's pretty much it for that.
I think Bell's gonna win because that's the one.
Bell
that
won't
came out
win.
most recently.
Tucker doesn't really get how this thing
Tucker doesn't
works.
understand how this works at all.
I understand how voting works, Max.
It's not just a vote for the like millionth time.
I know, but the people who actually like, other than the popularity contest on the internet, right?
not the Oscar.
There's the people who actually vote for it, and
Yes.
there's the one that actually matters.
Yeah,
Recency bias. Whatever they watched most recently.
it came out
that's
a
gonna
year
be
ago for them.
Bell?
hmm
Are the people voting in Japan,
Some of them are Japanese, some of them
or
are
are they like
American.
the Crunchyroll staff?
It's both.
Hmm.
It's a mix of a lot of. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's not that cut and dry. Anyway, that's it for the Anime Awards. Moving on. Kyle Allen cast as He-Man in the live-action film adaptation of Masters of the Universe for Netflix.
Sam, Netflix is doing a third He-Man. a
Wow,
fourth
I
He-Man
can't wait
thing.
for the fourth He-Man
Patrick, stop
reboot.
rolling around on your bed. He
Okay.
hasn't said anything. He's just rolling around.
Yeah, he's just added muffled noises to the podcast.
Anyway, so they did She-Ra, right? That was like 5 seasons,
Yes.
and they're concurrently doing the like adult follow-up that everyone hates.
Yeah, because they killed He-Man off in like the first
Yeah,
episode.
and also the CGI reboot for kids.
Mhm.
And now they're gonna do a live-action movie on top of that.
Mhm.
Because I guess Netflix thinks He-Man's the next big thing. Crappy TV show that was a toy advertisement that aired in the 80s that people only like because they have nostalgia.
And that wasn't even that popular when it was going on.
Yeah.
All right.
Patrick,
See
it's
you
what we
later,
told you
Patrick.
to
Bye bye. Oh, he's gone. Okay. Bye bye, Patrick. Okay, now I can finally move this iPad out.
Sam, do you think anyone still cares about Masters of the Universe?
No one that honestly, it's not a dead IP, but it should be.
Okay, the original they did a live action movie in the 80s, right?
Yeah, the Arnold Schwarzenegger one.
It was Dolph Lundgren.
Which one was Arnold Schwarzenegger in?
He wasn't in it at
He
all.
was Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah,
They're
he-
basically the same character.
But like that movie bombed
Mhm.
in the 80s
Mhm.
when He-Man was cool.
Mhm.
Like no one's gonna care. I mean, I guess because it's on Netflix, it has a better chance because people will freaking watch anything on Netflix.
Yeah, anything that's on
you
Netflix, people
throw
just watch.
anything in front of someone with a Netflix account, they will watch it.
Netflix is like more like YouTube than it is like a like
That's
any
because
other
everyone has
platform.
Netflix, and so people just. It's the same reason people still watch like NCIS because it's there, and
Yeah.
they're
because it's around.
and they're dumb. And so they'll just watch.
They don't understand that there's
they don't
better
understand
things.
quality, and so they'll just like stare
Well,
at it for hours.
honestly, it's not even a quality thing. It's just a lot of people don't have time to to care about what they're watching.
Yeah,
It sounds sad, but most people don't have time
just something.
to care about what
Yeah,
they're
they just put
watching.
it
They just
on
want to
and
put
they just
something
absorb
on.
it.
That's why TLC exists.
It's true.
Elizabeth Mitchell to return as Miss Claus for the Disney Plus follow-up series.
Makes sense. Not been doing
thank
much
you.
else.
Today in the news, character who was
I'm
in a movie
expecting
recast for the same
everyone
movie.
to come back. The only questionable one is what's his face? Bernard.
Yeah, wasn't he already recast?
No, he was just absent from the third one. And, like, there was an
Yeah.
elf promoted to his role. David Krumholtz.
He might as well
Get back Krumholtz.
might as well have been recast.
He was supposed to pop up for like a second in the third one, but he couldn't do it because he was filming a show, a TV show.
Yeah, like I said, he might as well have
But he
been
hasn't been
recast.
doing anything for a while. Get him back. He's the best character.
He is the best character.
If Santa's gonna retire, it should there shouldn't have even been a Santa. It should have just been him. He can teleport into people's houses.
It should just be the Bernard show, honestly.
Like, if you have elves that can teleport into people's houses,
Why does Santa do anything?
why does Santa do anything?
Yeah, his job's kind of
Just
redundant.
have all of your elves teleport at once to everyone's house, put all the presents out, and come back to the North Pole in a second. You got all the presents delivered in like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Anyway, next we have James Gunn has pitched another Suicide Squad spin-off series.
Okay,
Wow, who could
so
see that coming?
There are, 6? The Suicide Squad members. Spoilers for the Suicide Squad movie that came out like 6 months ago. But there are 6 ones alive at the end of the movie. There's Bloodsport, Harley Quinn, obviously, King Shark, Ratcatcher, Weasel, and Peacemaker. Peacemaker has his own show already.
Peacemaker has his own show.
It's not either Bloodsport or Harley Quinn
Because they're too big.
expensive.
Yeah.
The actors are too expensive.
I feel like Ratcatcher's the only character left with enough depth to carry a series.
Obviously, it's Ratcatcher. The only other, it's not going to be Weasel. And the only other option is King Shark, and I think he's too dumb.
He could be in the show too.
Yeah, but
He would just be a side
he's
character.
too dumb and expensive, and Sylvester Stallone is too expensive for a whole show.
Yeah, they'll just team up with King Shark for like the
think
big
they'll
mission at
pop
the
up.
end or whatever. Yeah,
But,
I think the show will be Ratcatcher has to hunt down Weasel
something like that, yeah.
or something along
But
those lines.
apparently he hasn't written the script for it yet. He's just pitched it.
He just said, well, maybe
He's
we'll
like,
do it.
I
Who
want to
knows?
do this. And they were like, okay.
They'll do it because
They'll do it.
Because
Apparently Peacemaker's doing very well.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that a little bit later.
all right, Titan season 4 casts new main villains with Joseph Brother Blood.
They're doing Hive.
Okay.
Remember when, Sam, they've jacked up every other Teen Titans thing.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even care anymore.
First season was
What I hate most about that show is that some people think it's good.
idiots.
People think it's like actually good.
People think the first season, everyone unanimously agrees the second season's bad, which is good because it's a terrible, terrible, terrible show.
No, I've met people that genuinely think that the show is just all around good. Like the series is just a good show.
You know, some people don't deserve the internet. People who watch Titans.
This is why more people need to watch Attack on Titan, so they can learn what a good show is.
But like, so first season they did Trigon, right?
Yeah,
And they just dumped that story.
basically just pooped it all over
Yeah,
the floor.
that was terrible. And then they did the worst.
What on
version-
earth did they even do in the second season? I don't
They
even
did
remember.
a terrible, terrible version of it, the Judas Contract.
They did?
Remember? But instead of Tara, it was what's her face? His daughter.
Right, it was Rose.
It was
Yeah.
Rose. And Rose also had Jericho like in her brain.
Yeah, Jericho was a person
like in her brain
for some reason, and not just a metaphor.
And that was also the season where they revealed that the Titans existed like a long time ago, and Starfire was a member of the team.
Even though she just got to Earth like in the last season.
And nobody knew who she was, and they just years ago.
Oh,
They
the
just
show
completely
is so
forgot.
dumb.
It's just, and then season
And
3,
then all the people on Twitter who were like, why is Starfire's, you can't, it became a whole Twitter politics thing because Starfire is black in the show and she was orange in the comics.
Who cares?
A lot of people were making the argument like, well, Gamora is played by a black person and they just made her green. Why couldn't they just make her orange? And
Doesn't
it
matter.
just created an extremely stupid debate on Twitter.
It just doesn't.
It does
What
not
does
matter at all.
Is that one they ruined her character because she's like
Yeah, the biggest problem with her
heartless
character
murderer.
is that she's a crazy murderer for the first,
and her
for the
powers
whole
are
first season.
lame.
And yeah, they just gave her
She can shoot like one fire blast a day.
Yeah, like in the original, she was like strong enough that she could like
can-
fly around
She can
in
fly
space
and,
and
just,
like
shoot lasers out of her face. And then in Titans, she can't fly.
she can just
She can't
sometimes shoot fire.
She can shoot fire once a day by charging up solar energy, which
Yeah,
is not
she's-
even a thing she could.
Like
a
you
thing
could
she do
replace
before.
her with like a riot shield and a flamethrower.
Yeah.
And you would be you can have all her
No,
powers for
my
the low
favorite-
price
my
of
favorite part is in the
$600.
first season, she has amnesia, and that's like her character arc.
Yeah,
And she walks into like a bar.
and just murders
And
everyone.
it's like, can you tell me what's going on? And they're like, no, we don't know who you are. And she's like, okay. And then she just
Sets everyone on fire.
incinerates them all. She kills all of them. And you're supposed to, and then the next episode, they're like, you're supposed to like this character. And I'm like, why?
Why though? She just murdered
She
some
just
dudes
murdered
she
a bunch
doesn't
of
know.
innocent people.
Well, I mean, they weren't innocent, but she didn't know that because she had no memories. But anyway, yes, we could talk about how bad Titans is for literally
And
hours.
then in season 3, they did.
I don't want to talk about season 3.
Remember when they killed Wonder Girl
What
by
else we
hitting her
have?
with a lamppost?
Franca
Potente.
Potente to play Mother Mayhem.
Who I believe is remember the crazy evil grandma?
Mother May I?
Yeah, remember she would bake people to pies? I think this is like that.
Yeah.
Show.
Okay.
And then and they've also cast Lisa Bobiner as Jinx.
Okay.
So I'm assuming they're gonna do the whole like evil Hive Squad,
The Hive Five.
or at least some of them, because like Gizmo.
I like how their evil team name was the Hive Five, which is like
they'll rename them.
a Hive Five.
I don't even think they'll be called the Hive. I think that would be too.
I think they'll call them the
They'll call
Hive.
them, like the Syndicate.
No, they'll call them the Hive still.
Well, remember how like they don't call themselves the Titans forever in the show?
Except for in the second season when they just start doing
They
that.
just start doing that. And I feel like it'll be that. They'll just refer to them as like the group.
No, they'll still call them the Hive.
Because Titans is dark and cool and edgy, Sam. It's
Okay, anyway, Ross and Marshall Thunder.
writer,
Is that
director
a
of
real
Red
name?
Notice.
His last name's Thunder?
Yeah, his name is Ross
Okay.
Marshall Thunder.
Aside
Also
from
made the
that,
movie Dodgeball.
that man sounds like a G.I. Joe character. Anyway, has been hired to write and direct the pilot for the Dungeons and Dragons series. What streaming service is that going to?
don't know.
Because Netflix already has their big fantasy. HBO Max has their big fantasy.
You might want to look it up. I know they're doing,
Amazon has their big fantasy show. Who needs a fantasy show still?
I know,
Disney, but they don't want it. They're not going to do
doing it.
Dungeons and
It might
Dragons.
be for Netflix. I think it might just.
Netflix already has so
But,
many.
So this is unrelated to the movie they're also doing, which I believe is already filmed with Chris Pine. And I think that's a New Line thing, or Warner Brothers thing. And I don't know who's doing this, but I guess they're doing a show.
It'll go to wait. Who just got the Critical Role? The Critical Role show.
Prime.
It'll go to Prime
I
then.
think Prime was the third big budget fantasy series.
No, but they already have the D&D thing, so they'll just keep doing it.
But-
Critical Role is a Dungeons and Dragons
I know
IP.
Critical, but like,
Yeah,
they're already doing that Lord of the Rings show and the Wheel of Time.
Wheel of Time that will end after the season. No one cares.
Apparently, it did very well. Like, according
There's
to, like,
no
the
way
actual
that
ratings.
that's true.
No,
there's just no way
I think
that's
what happened
true.
was all the old people watched it.
Why?
Because old people watched it, and then
Because old people watch stuff.
Like, we
Quote from Tucker. Why would you watch
There's
this?
two ways to judge like how well a show did. One is like the raw numbers, which is like the actual viewership, and the other way is like if people are talking about it. And you learn about how much people are talking about stuff on like Twitter or like Instagram or whatever, or like walk past a person and talk about a Netflix show. Yeah, I didn't hear any of that. I didn't see anyone talk about the Wheel of Time.
No,
And
not at
apparently
all.
it did very well, which makes me think it was like mostly old people who just watched it and then were like, that was good, and then they didn't talk about it. Because if a show did well and you don't hear about it, it means that people who don't normally use social media were the ones watching it, and that's old people.
Yeah.
So I think it did. And
My
they
guess
did
is
for
it was
season
people-
2, so
It was people in their 30s to 40s who wanted more Game of Thrones but just don't have it.
it was a thing to hold people over until the Lord of the Rings show came out
Yeah.
on the same service.
Which honestly I think might not even do as well as
Oh
Wheel
no,
of Time.
it's not going to do the $500 million they spent on it.
No, it's definitely not.
It's not going to be worth that much. It's a gimmick show.
Yeah.
I mean, it was there so they could say it's the. I mean, Lord of the Rings is popular. I'm
Yeah.
sure it'll do very well on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
But like, it's not like that. That's an absurd amount of money to spend on that show.
Like the Mandalorian spent a fifth of that.
Yeah, and Mandalorian has like actors.
And
you've
that's
heard
Star Wars.
of. Lord.
That's the Star Wars show.
If they don't have like, my guess is for the Lord of the Rings show, it'll just be like they just overindulged, like they were trying to spend a lot of money. Where like they'll do that thing where it's like they'll just have everything that can be unnecessarily CGI be unnecessarily CGI, and like they'll just be constantly like walking into giant war zones with giant armies clashing. They'll have all the characters' makeup be CGI just because they can.
There's no way it
Everyone
needed
was
to be
eating
that expensive.
caviar on set.
There's no way it needed to be that expensive.
No
Max, your
way.
mic is facing Tucker. That's why it's picking him up more than you.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Oh wait, no, you just have it in the cradle wrong. Okay, never mind.
What do you mean having the thing wrong?
But anyway, Sam, are you
What's
excited
next?
for the-
Arnold Schwarzenegger teases Super Bowl ad where he will play Zeus.
So you know that thing?
Pretends it's a real movie in Twitter photos. So it's
you
like
know
the
that thing-
Dundee thing they did.
Yeah, remember that thing where they pretend like it's a real thing? Like, remember the Mr. Peanut thing they did?
Yeah, they're like, he's really
Where they
dead,
pretend it's a real
guys.
thing and then it's just a terrible Super Bowl ad?
Yeah.
It's that. He's gonna be Zeus in probably a Bud Light ad or something.
Awesome, love that. You read that, I'm eating.
Hazelight Studios is teaming with the Sonic the Hedgehog movie producer to adapt the video game It Takes Two for television.
What?
Yeah, why? The story in that game looks kind of bad.
But what if it was a show?
It'd still be
Wouldn't
kind of
really
bad.
change it
But the
that
game
much.
won a lot of awards. So what if it was a show and that won a lot of awards?
It won't.
But what if it will?
It won't.
Why not?
Because no one cares about
Is
it
it
that
because
much.
it's being written by Sonic the Hedgehog movie writers Pat Casey and Josh Miller?
That's part of it. The story in the game is incredibly repetitive and doesn't go anywhere. It puts the responsibility of fixing the divorce on the child, which is just a bad message to send. And it just, in general, is
Isn't
not
the
that
whole point
popular.
of that game, other than like relationship therapy, the video game, to be like celebrating different kinds of video games?
No.
Well, because it's like a bunch of different like types of games meshed into one.
No, it's not. It's literally just like Ratchet and Clank. It's basically that, but literally just really good.
I think that's what it is.
Have you seen people play it?
Yeah.
Okay, so have I. It's like literally just a 3D platform game. It's just a 3D it's just a co-op 3D platformer with like some general puzzle solving mechanics and like a little bit of
I
combat.
don't know how they're going to translate that to like a multiple episodes show.
I mean, it's a fairly simple story. It's not hard to translate. I just think the story in the game, although to be fair, the game aspect of it was the biggest problem with the story. I think it honestly might work better as a show. Because the problem with the game is like they would learn something, but then they would immediately unlearn it because you have to keep playing the game.
has to keep
Yeah.
going.
Honestly, as a show, it might do. Honestly, I feel like it'd be best as a movie. I don't think there's enough material to make a whole show. I feel like it's like
We'll see.
a movie for Amazon, it would be fine.
All right. J.J. Abrams, his company Bad Robot, is developing a TV adaptation of the most recent Stephen King novel, Billy Summers, which is about a mobster who takes one last job while hiding in a small town. Taking up what job, Sam? What job do you think?
He's got to murder the
Is he a
president.
What
spy?
job does every single character in a Stephen King movie
Is
have?
he a spy?
Child orgy starter.
No, it's writer, because he always puts himself. All the main characters in Stephen King books
That's
are
a
writers.
reference to It, by the way. I'm not a crazy
Yeah,
person.
everyone knows that.
No,
No, I don't think
literally
they do.
nobody knows
Everyone
that.
knows that's
Everyone
a
I've
thing.
ever told that to, they didn't know that until I told them.
Yeah.
Because no one's actually read It.
But anyway, so J.J. Abrams is adapting the most recent Stephen King thing. It's
What's
gonna
that
be...
movie he made, The Night Stalkers?
What?
The one where-
Sleepwalkers?
Was that the one with
That
the...
cat one?
Yeah, with the cat people that had
That's
incest
Sleepwalkers,
on screen, and then were set on fire while having incestual sex.
Yeah.
That's a cool movie. Thank you, Stephen King. Everyone say
What
thank
a
you
cool
to Stephen
dude.
King for giving us
That
that.
was post-car accident.
That doesn't make it better.
Anyway, the series is
Yeah,
written by
no.
Ed Ziwick and Marshall Herskovitz, and will be between 6 and 10 episodes. It's currently being shot to high-end cable channels and streamers. It'll probably end up on HBO Max, because that sounds like an HBO kind of deal.
Yes.
And Warner Brothers is trying to do a whole Stephen King movie, redoing them all again,
Why, though?
because it made a lot of money.
Yes, that's true.
And so they did It Chapter 2, which made like half the amount of money, and their next one is Salem's Lot.
Great. I will
I am looking forward to Salem's Lot, though.
not be casting lots on that one
Salem's
success. All right.
Let's move
That was
on.
the best
We
one I
got
came
Grant
up with.
Gustin news.
Woohoo!
Grant Gustin has signed a contract to return as the Flash
Is
for
Patrick
season
Gunn?
9. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
Oh, he was looking forward to that.
it'll be the first. It hasn't been picked up yet,
Yeah.
but he's signing on for when it does.
But he signed a contract for when it.
yeah.
So it basically
it'll
is
be-
like what?
When it makes it to season 9, it'll be the first Arrowverse series to make that benchmark, because Arrow only made it to 8 seasons.
Just what we needed 9 seasons of The
He will
Flash.
appear in only 15 episodes. So I think last season they did 18, and then this season I think it's 20. So he's gone for 5.
just gonna be gone for
Yeah,
like a third of the show.
That's what keeps happening is whenever he wants to take a week off, they just have him in his
Okay.
But anyway,
That's because no other actor
he's
wants
getting
to do
paid
this.
with this new contract for season 9. He'll be paid over $200,000 per episode. So he's just making sweet bank off
That's
this.
so much money
So if he does
per episode. It's too much.
So he
money.
makes
Break out
$1
the
million every 5
calculator
episodes.
So if you multiply
200,000 times 15.
it was 18.
15. He's only in
Gonna be
15
making
episodes.
3.
If he's only in 15
making
episodes, he's only going to be
3.6.
paid for the episodes he's in.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
Moron. Like, what?
So it's
Forgot
$3 million.
about that part. He's gonna be paid $3 million.
That's what I just said.
More than that too, because it's over 200K. And if I over 200K, then
that's-
it's like 200.
That's insane.
Hey, dude. He has been wanting to not do this forever because he's sick and tired of it.
Has he, though?
Yeah, but he's not going to get any other roles other than this one.
There was a multi-year contract on the table, but he chose the single-year table.
That was a
Which
good
means
choice.
He wants out. And
The
he was
show-
like, I'm going out.
The whole Arrowverse needs to end. What do they have left?
Yeah, they need to stop.
They're like developing 4 more shows.
What do they have left?
What?
Superman and
Legends
Lois,
of Tomorrow doesn't count.
Legends of
Superman
Tomorrow-
and Lois is pretty much entirely disconnected
it's
from the
pretty much a
CW
completely
verse.
separate thing.
The Flash is a mess, and it's been a mess since season 3.
Yeah. Black Lightning
Naomi
is-
exists, but no
True.
one knows what it is.
Stargirl's pretty good, but no one watches it.
Stargirl again is like wholly unrelated to the rest of the CW verse.
Yeah.
What else is there?
Supergirl got canceled. Black Lightning got canceled. Arrow ended. Legends of Tomorrow is still on for some reason.
But it's also pretty much at this point
they've been
unrelated.
doing whatever. weird,
They've been
crappy
doing
stuff.
nonsense for a while,
5
since like the
seasons, yeah.
second season.
They're doing that Justice. They're doing the They're doing the Diggle spinoff. They're doing Gotham. Oh, Batwoman is still on.
Yeah, I guess that's still going.
They're doing a Gotham Knights thing, although I think that's also going to be unrelated
That'll be canceled
because
probably.
that's supposed to be like Batman's.
It doesn't
dead.
even make sense. Yeah.
Anyway, good for Grant Gustin. If you're gonna have to be in the Flash, get paid while doing it.
Yeah, I guess get your bag while you're there.
Season 8 should have been the final season, but if they're doing 9, that should be the final season.
Yeah.
I know how it should end. 1, get the Reverse Flash actor back, like that original one.
No, stop doing that. Enough with the
Or
reverse
just
flash.
cancel the
That's
show.
enough.
We don't
That's
need it anymore.
enough.
He should be the
Cancel
We
the
don't
show.
need him to come
He should
back
be the main
Cancel the
again.
show.
No,
Cancel the show.
we're done with the
That's all
reverse
I'm saying.
flash.
Cancel the
How many times do you have to kill a guy? How many times have they killed him in the show
Like
now?
4 or 5.
How many times?
Like 4 or 5.
They killed his ancestor. He shouldn't even exist. The way he came back the first time he came back barely made sense to begin with. It's like he's from the past, from before we killed his ancestor.
Yeah.
Like that was a stretch. Then they killed him, and then he just
No, I
kept
don't
coming
think
back.
He died.
No, they killed him too. He got killed by the
Black Flash.
Black Flash. Yeah.
Right, in Legends of Tomorrow.
And then he became the Black Flash, where he was killed
But then he was
again
incinerated
by
again.
Savitar.
Oh, no, the explanation for why he's back now is that he was like a ghost. And he possessed Orson Welles' body. Anyway, the point is that if he's gonna nonsensically be back to life, he's the best villain the show ever had. So,
No,
Really?
he was good in the first season and a half.
but the whole setup for the
Is
show,
this thing still in
the
prison?
show should end with, you know how the whole setup for the show was that First Flash killed his mom because they went back to that night.
Mhm.
The show should end with them going back to that night.
No, the show should end where the Flash
So it's a
runs.
loop, so
No,
it works.
The show should end where the Flash runs and becomes the bolt of lightning that strikes him and gives his powers. That's always how the Flash was supposed to end. That's how it's supposed to end. Did you not know that?
Your ending makes less sense than mine.
No, he runs in order to save the universe.
Well, they can do both.
That's what was it in Crisis on
No,
Infinite
okay.
Earths where he did that? He ran super fast.
Yeah, that was Crisis.
Yeah, he ran super fast, goes back in time in order to fix the universe, and he ends up becoming the bolt of lightning that strikes him and gives him his powers.
We're spending
Anyway,
too much
no,
time on
okay.
this.
You know how in the Flash,
Mhm.
the beginning of that show is when Reverse Flash and future him go back,
Yeah.
and they fight in his living room and his mom dies, right?
Yeah.
And then the rest of the show happens.
Mhm.
It needs to end with that happening, like in the present, like they go back into the
They
past.
already did that.
They fight. No, but like the original thing.
We did that.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
No, they've gone back there, but they've never gone like that. Hasn't been like them.
Yeah, it was.
No,
I was in like season 5.
No, they didn't do that.
Yeah, he's gone back and he's gone back to that moment 3 different times.
There, but he's never gone back there as like the original instigating incident.
Okay, here's what needs to happen.
And
right?
then after, because we never knew what happened to that future version of him after that. Like his mom died, and then we never know what happens. So that's when he then goes. Then you can have him run off and become the multiple.
Okay, here's what you do. Here's what you do. So do what you said. Yes, but now Barry knows that the Reverse Flash is in this era now, right? So then Barry is what causes the particle accelerator to explode. He runs into it, collides with whatever's in there. He's what causes it to explode. That's why all the metahumans get their powers, because a metahuman is what exploded in the particle accelerator. That's what gives them the bolt of lightning. That's what does all that. That makes sense.
But like, wasn't the explosion intentional?
No.
Like Reverse Flash did that intentionally so that it would give various powers early.
Yeah, but we can just retcon that.
No, I do think they should. If Reverse Flash, the whole point of Reverse Flash and Flash is that they're like their rivalry, and you have to end the show with that. One, they didn't kill him off last time he was on the show.
They haven't been rivals in forever. Literally, in the last season, he was like, "Look, Eobard, I knew you were gonna betray me. You suck. I can literally kick your butt anytime. I can literally just punt you into the sun and you can't do anything about it. I'm faster than you. You suck." And he's like, "Yeah, you're right, Barry. Bye-bye."
Well, what they've been doing recently is they've been doing like the arcs, like the 5.
Yeah, well, because he teamed up with him, and then right afterward he betrays him, and he's like, "Yeah, we've been through this."
I do think
like he literally defeated him with zero effort. Like, just immediately defeated him with almost absolutely no resistance.
Yeah, he just kind of beat him up.
Like, he's not a threat to the Flash anymore.
They're gonna make him. They'll do something. I do think he'll be back.
Unless they just literally
as the villain.
They do what Godspeed actually did in the comics and just make him do that.
No, they won't do that. That'll be too expensive.
Yeah, that takes a couple of brain cells.
If they're not gonna, I do think they're gonna do reverse. I do think that'll be the final episode because it'll be full circle. But like,
yeah.
Like they're gonna do another big villain, but like who's left? One, they're gonna bring everyone back. If it's the final season,
who is left?
They'll bring Grodd back. They'll have
Grodd's basically a good guy now.
They'll have Captain Cold pop up.
Captain Cold's been a good guy forever.
Yeah, but they'll just have him show up.
Gun Man has been a good guy
I think
forever.
they should just cancel the show and let it
Cisco
in.
doesn't,
because he left the show,
yeah.
but he'll be back for the final season. Whoever else they've killed off, they can just.
I think
Eddie's coming back. Remember
here's how
Eddie
it should
from
end.
Season 1?
Why?
He's coming back to Season 8.
It doesn't even make sense.
No.
He's like super dead.
They'll do more stuff with Impulse and XS. They'll bring back Wally.
I like how the excess
Wally
actor
hasn't shown up in a
is
while.
older than Grant Gustin.
Yeah, I do think that's funny.
His granddaughter is literally older than him, and even in the show is playing a character younger than him.
Yep.
It's not even like she came, like, they could have so easily just been like, oh, she's from the future, so she's just older than you. Like, that makes sense.
She played a character on Smallville.
But no, she's playing a character who's, like, in her, like, early 20s.
However, if this show does get to Season 10, it will have lasted as long as Smallville, and if it makes it to 11, it'll be the long-running live-action.
Here's how it should end. Okay, first episode. World War III is happening.
Anyway.
Immediately, nuclear bomb gets dropped. They all die. Show's over.
No,
And
because
that's
remember
the
they
end.
dropped a nuke on him in, like, Season 3, and he just, like, outran the nuke.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, they'll bring back
Flash
Firestorm.
bomb.
Oh, yeah.
They'll bring back both.
Well, how, though?
I'd say it doesn't matter.
Whatever.
All
yeah.
the dead characters, they'll just
Show
come
is
back.
dumb. Show been dumb.
They'll bring
Wait,
back
no.
Jake Garrett.
Isn't the guy who
They'll
played
bring back Zoom.
Isn't the guy who played Fire? Is he dead in real life? I thought he was dead in real
The
life.
old man?
Yeah.
No, he's fine.
He's still alive?
Yeah, he's fine.
Is the other guy alive? I thought
Yeah.
one of them died.
No, neither one of them are dead. They died in the show.
Never mind then. Well, I thought he was dead.
One got
Whatever.
shot by a Nazi, and then the other one just like exploded or
Oh,
something.
that happens to me
Yeah, who
all
knows?
the time.
All right. What's next? James Gunn says Peacemaker Season 2 is likely and that the series is doing
Yeah, specifically,
very well.
he said it's the most watched show in the world right now, which I don't doubt because
Well,
There's
no
no other
yeah.
shows.
unless everyone's watching Ozark season.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
Boba
let me
Fett's
think.
out.
What? Oh, yeah, Boba Fett. No, how on earth is it getting more views than Boba Fett? That just no. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't know. Maybe now that the most recent.
No, Boba Fett has been. I will be the first to admit Boba Fett has been mid. But
Not
there's
the first to say that.
There's no. Yeah, I know. That's why I am not the first to say that.
Oh, I thought you said that.
Well, I'm saying like I'm not gonna like stand for Boba Fett. Like I will admit it's not the best. But like there's no way that more people are watching Peacemaker than Boba Fett. There's just no way that that's happening.
Podcast interview, like I think like 2 weeks ago. But so I think it was before the most recent episode. I think with the most recent episode, Boba Fett probably is.
Yeah, easily.
It was just an episode of The Mandalorian.
Yeah,
before that, I can definitely see because according to this to like Nielsen data, Hawkeye did like not great, and Boba Fett was like slightly above Hawkeye.
But no, there's just no. I refuse. There's no way that this like totally unknown character that no one cares about is getting more views
on a streaming
than,
service.
On
no
a
one really
service no one has is pulling more views than Boba Fett on a streaming service everyone has. There's just no way that that's happening.
Yeah, probably.
Like he can say that, but there's absolutely no way that that's true.
It's probably doing very well for HBO Max.
It's definitely the most viewed show on HBO Max, but it's not the most viewed show right now by a long shot.
Because if it is, I think they'd be parading it around.
Yeah, they'd say that.
I mean, no, right now, it's probably Euphoria is the most watched show on HBO Max.
No, it's not.
No, a lot of people are like canceling
I know people hate it, but apparently it's like 100% up in viewership from season 1.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
But like, what HBO Max, I know they have like...
When they revealed all the penises were CGI, everyone dropped off.
What?
That was a real thing.
Why was I watching?
Dang it, the penises were fake all along.
Guess I gotta go online.
No, because people got upset because like all the girls were actually naked and then the penises were all fake. Anyway, continue.
Wow,
Who
what a
cares?
controversy.
What a gender inequality we have.
Anyway, but like, I could definitely... Peacemaker Season 2 makes sense. It doesn't seem like it's a very expensive show to make.
No, the most expensive effect has probably been the eagle.
Yeah, and he's not even in it that much.
He's barely because he's the most expensive effect.
Expensive thing in the show,
except for the explosion in the first episode and Eagly just generally being around. Those are probably the most expensive.
But yeah, season 2 makes sense. Probably if he does do a season 2, I would expect that he would hire out. He wrote all of the episodes for this season.
No, what else is he doing? He's not directing movies.
And then he directed 5 episodes.
He's been canceled by everyone.
But if he's developing another Suicide Squad spinoff at the same time.
Well, but he's not even writing it.
He's also doing Guardians 3 right now.
Yeah.
So that's a lot. And also the holiday special.
Yeah.
So if he's doing all that, I think he would actually put together a writer.
Get some of his buddies to write that one.
Probably direct only 1 or 2 episodes.
Alrighty. Peacock lost $1.7 billion in 2021. So...
Wow,
Number one,
Peacock is a financial failure.
Oh, no.
Hang on. That's not true. Every streaming service in its first 5 years just bleeds money. We know this. Netflix.
Technically, Netflix still isn't profitable.
Netflix still doesn't make money. Netflix still doesn't make money. I know for a fact HBO Max is bleeding money. I know for a fact Disney Plus is bleeding money. Hulu is probably making money, but that's because they don't actually make anything original.
Hulu makes so much money.
Yeah, because they're
of the ads.
They're ads, and they only make 2 original shows a year.
Well, even
Anyways, my point is, Peacock losing $1 billion. That sounds crazy. That makes it sound like a failure, but honestly, that's not that crazy for an infant streaming service.
I think Peacock does have ads, right?
Yeah.
I think if you ever watch anything on Peacock, which I hope you don't, because
why would you do that?
there's some good stuff on there, but it's a terrible UI.
Name 2 good stuffs on there.
Well, I've watched one thing on there. I watched AP Bio, which is a pretty good show.
Isn't that also on Hulu?
I think it was, but I think they took it off to put it on.
Yeah, because I remember seeing ads for it on Hulu.
It's a half-hour comedy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's 2-3 ad breaks in it.
Mm-hmm.
The ad breaks are always 30 seconds long,
mm-hmm.
and 90% of the time it's a Peacock ad, which shows me no one
wants
buying
to buy ad
space on it,
spaces. Yeah,
which explains why it's not even making any money from ads because no one's buying ad space, and so it's $1.7 billion, and they're putting out original concept, but not even that much, and most of it's Days of Our Lives Christmas special.
So Peacock has 2 choices now. They can look at this number, they can just write the platform off as a loss and just get rid of it.
They won't.
Just dump it. They're not going to do that. Okay. This isn't unusual for a streaming service to do when it first comes out, but I don't know what Peacock could do to change it. Like Netflix,
I know what they do.
They amped up their original content. They bought a back catalog. They got it back up. Disney Plus, their business strategy also makes sense.
Okay. 3 things to do Peacock. 1, change the name. Terrible name, switch it.
Yeah.
2,
Peacocktober, what on earth were you
2,
thinking?
There's 3 tiers, right? Of Peacock. There's
you say Peacock and nobody bats an eye.
Say poop.
And everyone loses their minds.
Okay. But there's 3 tiers of Peacock. There's like ads and some of the content's locked behind a paywall. There's unlock the content from the paywall, but it still has ads, and then there's unlock the content and no ads. Get rid of the middle one.
Yeah.
You either have
Why on
you
earth
either
would you
have
buy
ads
that?
or you have no ads and you have all the stuff. You don't need a middle one.
Yeah.
Don't be
2.
Hulu.
I mean, I guess 3. Get an Office reboot on there.
No.
Now,
As
yesterday.
fast as you can possibly do it. It doesn't matter how much the original cast you get back, whether you get back any of the creators, whether or not anyone who made the original show likes that you're doing it. Get that on there for
Heck,
name recognition
no.
this second.
Just take some old pitch that some college student gave you 10 years ago, call him back, say, we're doing your show, and by the way, it's The Office now.
No.
That's all you gotta
What is
do.
it they do?
Is you just grab any old comedy writers from any of your other NBC shows, throw them all in a room, tell them you need to have an Office reboot, 13 episodes done by Tuesday.
Spit
Get
it out.
going.
No. Here's what they do. Stanley spin-off show. Official, okay?
Make
This
it
is
real.
Genius idea.
Why not?
Honestly,
Honestly,
why not?
I'm
They
glad
just
bringing
need
it on
something
here.
Office.
Something that isn't just The Office.
Because
the original.
that's their
Yeah.
main selling point.
Because, like,
And they've done nothing.
all they need, if they just wanted to line
honestly,
up.
that might not even work because Peacock fundamentally misunderstood why The Office was popular. It wasn't popular on its own merit. If it was popular on its own merit, people would have watched it when it was on cable. It was popular because it was on Netflix.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with the show. The show's fine. It's not a bad show, but it's not good enough for that.
Yeah.
I think
It's
it has
only
built
popular
up
'cause
enough of a fan base for people at least to check out the reboot.
Yeah.
though, which is all you need. Because what else is Peacock gonna churn out?
Yeah.
Like
you
what
have
else do they
nothing.
have?
The only reason, like
They
most
merged with Paramount Plus, right? Those are
most
the
of
same?
the reason that
It's
people
a-
watch The
well-
Office before is you hop on Netflix. Oh, I like The Office. I'll watch a couple episodes right now. Oh, I like this
Yeah, it's
show.
like I have 30 minutes to kill.
Like,
I'm waiting
yeah,
in the
I have-
line
I
to pick
have
my kids up.
20 or
I can
40
watch
minutes.
an episode of The Office. Yeah.
It's not like I'm gonna spend $15 a month on a streaming service so I can exclusively watch the show
when I
that I
could
don't
just
care
buy
about
the
that much.
show for that much money.
Yeah, I could just buy the show, like we
like-
have.
Yeah, like we did already.
But all you need for it to line up is Rainn Wilson and Angela Kinsey to come back. Because
They're not doing
and then
anything.
you get the original set, and they'll do it because they're not doing anything else.
The actress for Pam, what is she doing?
but they
Doing a podcast with
Their
Angela
option is-
Kinsey.
No, I mean, like, is she
But-
acting in
No,
anything?
she has done
you
absolutely
could get
nothing.
her back, but you couldn't get John Krasinski.
Yeah,
That's
no,
fine.
John
You
Krasinski
can-
won't
You can
come
write
back.
that off easy. He's off doing the sports business.
Yeah, he's doing
Easy write-off.
You have
sports.
to divorce them.
No, you don't.
No, he could just be on a
That'd
business
the
trip.
only reason he's
Just make
never-
them in a long distance relationship.
because-
John Krasinski can FaceTime call in all his parts. It's literally the easiest thing in the
that's
world.
easiest thing to do.
No, and then the baby they can have it
And
grown
just
up.
yeah, the baby can be an
Be an
intern.
Now, here's
And
what
they
they
can call
do.
one of the episodes nepotism again.
Yeah, and they can call him Kevin will call him Little John as a joke. It's a reference to Robin Hood, and it's because he's a little
John Krasinski.
exactly.
Anyway, but like,
And then Andy will call him Little Tuna.
Andy
they
won't
won't
show
get it at
up.
Helm's
Yeah,
back.
he's
He
not.
won't
Well,
do it.
he might. He's literally kind
he
of
might do
totally
it.
get all
spiraled.
of
He
the
doesn't really have that
roster
much.
actors who haven't done anything since The Office and all of them.
Have you seen that picture? Have you seen that picture of the white guy with Nicki Minaj like in like stripper clothes, like sitting on his lap?
No.
That picture exists. I just need to let everyone know that that's a thing. It's pretty funny.
Like,
Rainn Wilson just exists.
I mean, it doesn't really matter how much money they lose because Peacock is owned by NBC Universal and NBC Universal is owned by Comcast, who, if you don't know, owns the entire internet essentially. Like
Yeah.
all of your internet access goes through Comcast, and they make quadrillions of dollars.
Yeah.
So it's not that this is a huge deal, but they were just counting on one. Peacock launched at a terrible time in the middle of the pandemic with no new original content.
When
No,
there
that's
were
the
already
perfect time to launch.
no, the problem was that there was already established streaming services, and Peacock did nothing new.
That's not the problem. The problem is there wasn't really a problem. They had zero barriers to entry. They just had no catalog.
Yeah,
No
that's what I was
catalog,
saying. They
and
just haven't
their
done anything.
New shows were like, who cares?
Yeah.
It was like
They could not have picked a better time to launch.
They had like their big
Everyone was stuck at home watching TV.
their big debut show was called Brave New World, and the star was Alden Ehrenreich
Who's
from
that?
Solo.
Oh, goody.
all right, guys. I know Mandalorian's out. I know Marvel shows are
Let me
coming
check
out.
the camera real quick.
This
Keep
is
talking.
Andy Ubelgappen, and he's going to be talking
It's
about
like-
rocks. This is
I
our
don't know,
brand new
Peacock is
show.
a failure, but they won't get rid of it. None of these streaming services are going to be ditched because it's every studio's desperate attempt to keep themselves afloat.
Basically, what is happening right now is Hungry Hippos with all the streaming
Netflix
services.
invented the movie theater / TV murder device,
Yeah.
and it's bringing down the entire industry. And the reality is, streaming it just isn't profitable.
It's not bringing down the industry. It's just making a new one.
It's changing it radically, and the studios cannot adapt fast.
Yeah.
They have too much overhead.
Netflix created a monopoly,
Yeah,
and then
everyone's trying to.
everyone
part of it.
thought that that whole platform working as a not monopoly would work.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that business model fundamentally falls apart if it's not a monopoly. So once it stopped being a monopoly, the whole industry collapsed.
Yeah,
Because if when you divide up your content that much, no one's making any money anymore.
and it's gonna just be.
I'm not
Netflix.
arguing for monopolies. I'm just saying this was always going to
And
happen.
the thing that's keeping the other services afloat is IP stuff.
Yeah.
And as soon as
Hold the mic up to your
you
face.
either distract people with different IPs or they stop caring about those, they're just going to keep watching Netflix.
Yeah.
Like Netflix, if you want to make an original show or a movie
Netflix might
go
price.
to Netflix.
Netflix could very well price themselves out of the industry.
with
At the
I
rate
don't
they're
think it'll
going-
ever be too expensive.
At the rate they're going, they will eventually price themselves out
I think people
because they just raised it by another $2.
that's still cheaper than cable.
Yeah, but,
Yeah, but-
you
As
people
soon as they put a
people
live
don't
TV
just have Netflix anymore. Back when it was only Netflix, yeah, sure, make it
I think
$30 a
I
month.
think people just drop the other
But
services.
people have Disney Plus now. Some people have HBO Max. Those are really the only other two. Like
Hulu.
Hulu is just like the back catalog of all those three shows.
Stupid.
But yeah, like Netflix is quickly getting to a point where they could very well price
I
themselves
don't
out of the
think they ever
industry.
will. I think people just drop the other ones and they'll just stick with Netflix.
No,
could
no,
also happen.
no,
Netflix
because
has
they're not
the
going to
wor-
drop Disney
Netflix
Plus.
has the best churn rate by percentage.
Yeah,
Out of every other streaming service, less people drop Netflix after a big show than every other service.
yeah, because every other service only has one
have
big show at a time.
Twice the amount of subscribers as the second closest, which is Disney Plus.
Yeah,
They have a 10-year-old dedicated user base. They have about 40 new original pieces of content every week.
so you're thinking they might just use the pool they already have to try to price everyone else out of the industry?
the only thing that is keeping live television afloat is live sports.
Yeah,
That's it. As soon as, and it's already happening.
yeah,
Thursday Night Football is already going to stream exclusively on Prime Video. As soon as you start seeing that kind of stuff happen on Netflix, and they raise the price to $40 a month, everyone's going to drop every other service.
I don't
and they're
think
gonna drop and
Netflix
then you're gonna
has
have cable television.
the server bandwidth to do live content.
I mean, they could
But
upgrade
they have
it.
plenty of money.
Because see, the live sports, who's doing that?
Like other streamers,
No. Like who's doing the live? Like who bought the Thursday Night Football?
Prime Video.
Exactly. What else does Amazon own that already has the bandwidth set up for live streaming?
All of Amazon.
Twitch.
Well, that's
They can leverage that bandwidth to live sports. That's not that hard. No other streaming service
I
has the
think
server
Netflix could- I
bandwidth
think Netflix
to
could
handle
figure it
that.
out. They have enough money to.
They don't have a single live show. They've
problem
never
is
had
that
a live show.
They could figure out how to build.
Netflix is actively
They
losing
could build it out,
content
but
and
it would be
raising their
so
price.
expensive.
But it'd be worth it to steal off that user bit of that.
Well, Hulu's doing that right now. That is what
yeah,
they're doing.
Hulu's already doing that.
Because we pay
They're doing live TV. At
we
the same
pay
time.
almost
Yeah, but look
$100
how
a
much
month.
more expensive that is.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
And-
they would
and
raise
we
the
keep
price
it
of
on.
Netflix, but they would have you drop everything else.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, people love more options more than quality.
Yeah.
it'd be hard
And
to compete
Netflix
with
has the
Hulu
most
though,
options by far.
Yeah.
because that's what Hulu's already
Well,
doing.
Netflix has the quality too. It's just not as prevalent.
Yeah, but
They just keep losing all their content because
everyone,
other streaming services
everyone is
keep
watching
taking it.
Netflix, and it's very hard to. It's essentially, it's kind of what happened in the early days of broadcast television,
Mhm.
where there were 3 channels. Like, imagine that, but there was one channel,
So like
and
the-
everyone watched it for 40 years before
So
they
the
introduced
UK.
anything else. Yeah, like imagine if you
The current state of the UK.
Imagine if you tried to just start another channel in the UK. Who would watch that?
We created the BBC.
It's
Like everyone's. It's like that, but everyone's watching BBC. It's like, why would
Yeah.
I switch?
Well, it's the NFL and then the what was it, the XFL? It's like
NFL's
that.
not a channel.
No, but I mean, it's the same thing. People
Yeah,
have been
I see
watching
what-
that forever,
yeah.
and that thing erupts, but no one cares about it because the
'Cause I've
thing
already
is
got-
obviously
I
bigger.
already have the other
Yeah.
one.
Everyone
So
already
it-
cares
Well,
about that.
the difference there is that the NFL doesn't compete with the XFL because they air
They air
at
at
different
different
seasons.
times.
But yeah,
Well, like,
I see what you're saying.
But like, no one's watching it because
People-
they don't care about it.
People love consistency.
Well, no one watched it because it got canceled because of COVID right before
That-
it tried
like,
to
yeah.
exist.
People love consistency. If they have Netflix, they're going to keep Netflix. They're going to just keep watching whatever Netflix puts out. That
Yeah.
and it's going to be very hard for them to just completely migrate to another service that doesn't have the quantity or diversity of the content. So it's these streaming services, you're going to see, I expect one to fold. And I don't know which one that'll be. It won't be Disney Plus.
It'll be Paramount.
It'll
won't
be
Hulu.
Paramount.
I think it'll probably be Paramount.
Here's
and I
why it'll be Paramount. They're burning money on original content and no one's watching it.
Yeah.
See, Peacock is bleeding money, but they're hardly making any original
And
content.
they're Comcast. Who cares?
Yeah. Paramount Plus is Paramount, which is like they're big, but they're not
They're not
Viacom
and they don't have
big.
IPs.
They don't have any IPs. They have
I mean,
Sonic the
unless you're gonna
Hedgehog,
sign up for Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible, freaking a million. Like, yeah, no. Paramount is easily going to be the first one to
And I
fold.
think what they'll do is they will just sign a deal with Netflix to where all their stuff goes to there,
Yeah.
and they have like a section on Netflix or something.
And then after that, Discovery Plus will.
Well, if that Warner Bros.
Merge,
deal goes through,
yeah.
then it'll be fine. I'll just merge with HBO.
Yeah.
Max.
Which is also just bleeding money because
Yeah.
none of these services are
'Cause
profitable.
HBO Max
HBO is garbage.
a bunch
HBO
of
has nothing.
problems, and it's got a great back catalog.
It has a
Would
great
HBO
catalog.
It's got
Yeah.
a great catalog.
What HBO Max should do is expand more on their anime selection because I think like
No,
they have.
Netflix has cornered the market on West, like anime exposure in the
And
West.
also, HBO Max
We have a-
had to dump Crunchyroll from their thing because Sony.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
Sony owns
stupid.
Crunchyroll now.
What?
But if they
What
did
was I
like
gonna say?
simulcast, they would be.
Yeah, no,
nothing.
anime is not the solution to their problem.
Yeah, anime's not
The solution to their problem is they need to make the price lower.
What that's
'Cause they're
they
not
need to market it better, and they need to switch the name.
Yeah, they need to change their name, number one. Number two, they need to lower the price because they think they're competing with Netflix when really they're competing with Disney
They're
Plus.
competing with Disney Plus.
They're not competing. No one's competing with Netflix right now.
Yeah, no one's even close.
Yeah, so yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cool. Moving on.
What happens?
Loki Season 2 reportedly set to film in summer 20... Wasn't this already filmed? I thought they filmed them both at the same time. No? Okay, well, Loki Season 2 is going to start filming. in the
Makes
summer.
sense. I expect
Cool.
that after Ant-Man 3,
So that'll probably come out like next
no.
winter.
because I think that's the plan.
No, because they have to do Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah, they're gonna do some of that in Ant-Man 3.
No, they have to finish his thing in Ant-Man 3. You
No.
can't start with the movie and then finish his arc off in the show.
Oh, well, I think
That's dumb.
Loki Season 2 will mostly be TVA stuff. Like, I don't think Kang will be... Like, he'll be in it, but I don't think he'll be in it that much.
Okay. If they
Also,
do,
I don't think he'll have that big of a role in Ant-Man 3.
if they do Ant-Man, no, because he's the main villain in Ant-Man 3.
No,
we know
'cause
that.
the rumor is that it's MODOK. It's really a MODOK thing, and Kang's just in it for a little bit.
No, whatever. Anyway,
Because Kang,
No,
'cause Kang does
stupid.
time travel, and how we know time travel works in MCU is quantum
Multiverse,
realms related.
yeah.
So I think he'll just pop in to like do some time travel, quantum realm stuff, and then leave to go be in Loki. And then he's primarily in the comics. Most recently, he's been a Young Avengers villain.
yeah, he's been their main. He's like their
So
Ultron.
I think they're gonna do either a movie or a show with them because they've been building them up, and that's where they'll
Yeah, they
wrap
have
him
been
up.
building up to the Young
Or
Avengers.
when they just do their next Avengers team, they'll wrap up Kang.
I think the way the show will work is that in Loki Season 2, there will be an underground sect of the TVA that exists to undermine Kang's evil plan, whatever that may be.
Okay, see,
Loki will be heading this like secret splinter cell within the TVA that is trying to undermine Kang the Conqueror, or he'll be doing it himself, one or the other. And then he will eventually be the canary in the coal mine that he'll be the Nick Fury of the Young Avengers, I think.
I think
He'll be the one who sort of inspires them to put a team together.
I think it'll probably be one or
Gotta
two
put a team
episodes
together.
of. But Mobius, you and I are friends. Remember him. At the
Yeah.
end. It'll be mostly that at the
And
start.
then he'll be like,
And then it'll be him trying to find Sylvie for like 2 or more episodes. And then the 5th episode will be they try to take down the TVA and it doesn't work. And then the 6th episode, they'll shut down the TVA and Kang will be on the run and he'll be grumpy and then he'll go start his war.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, movie time. Let's go. Texas Chainsaw Massacre
Sam.
trailer.
Remember that?
Didn't we already see this?
No.
Or is this a different one?
No, this is the same movie, but we watched a teaser. They put out the full trailer. There's a bit in the trailer where they try to cancel Leatherface, like on Twitter. So remember that gimmick that Scream, the last one, just made fun of?
Remember when the character Leatherface was actually canceled on Twitter, like literally a couple weeks ago?
When did that happen?
Because remember there
From Dead by Daylight?
Yeah, because he's in Dead by Daylight, and there's a mask
There's a mask that's
of an African American character that you can put on Leatherface, and people on Twitter claimed that was blackface because that's
cannibal.
The cannibal man who murders and eats people is being canceled for blackface.
Like, you would never do blackface, Sam.
No,
Come on, that's too far.
Murdering and eating people, that's fine. Blackface, now you've taken it too far.
Whoa, that's too far. Hold on.
Anyways, we don't want to get political. I just wanted to point out the irony in that whole
Remember
situation.
the gimmick that Scream made fun of everyone's just doing a sequel that's titled the same thing and is bringing back the original cast and also the new cast to start off a whole new generation of movies? They're just doing that. It's literally just the plot of Halloween 2018.
Right, we can skip that then. All right, announcements. Mattel, the toy company, announces a Chatty Cathy and Betsy Wetsy film, bringing their film slate to include Barbie, starring Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling, which will be the only successful one, because it'll just be a comedy, weird, like, throwaway movie that sort of pokes fun at Barbie. A Magic 8-Ball horror film, Rock'em Sock'em Robot starring Vin Diesel, Polly Pocket starring Lily Collins, and a Chatty Cathy / Betsy Wetsy movie.
Are you hyped?
With no cast attached.
I'm really excited for Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
I'm really excited
yourself
for for Real Steel with Vin Diesel though.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
And
I love Vin Petrol.
Isn't there already a horror 8-Ball thing where the 8-Ball tells you bad things and they happen?
Probably.
Final Destination. We already have enough Final Destination movies. That's exactly what this will be.
What do you...
So in Final Destination, you get like a premonition of like you're gonna die or whatever, right? And then it ends up happening or whatever.
No.
It's generally how it works.
In Final Destination, it's you get a premonition of how a bunch of people are gonna die. You prevent it, and then death catches up to them in various ways.
Yeah, that's what that'll be. You get a fortune from the Magic 8-Ball. It says you're gonna die in this oddly specific way.
It's gonna be like in that movie Polaroid, where if the Polaroid photo has a splotch on it, you're gonna die.
No, it'll be like the movie where they have the phone app and it tells you when you're gonna die, and then they die when it tells you you're gonna die.
No, it'll be like so.
No, it'll be like what I said, and you guys need to stop telling me what it's gonna be like.
In reality, it'll be a dumb throwaway movie for teenagers.
Yeah, all of those will be dumb throwaway movies. Jason Momoa cast as the villain of Fast and Furious 10. That's cool.
Cool.
That's fun.
Next thing.
That's nice.
Sam, how many? Okay, so there's 2 left, right? 2 Fast and Furious left. Apparently, I thought they were just doing F10, F11. Apparently, they're doing F10 Part 1 and F10 Part 2 instead.
Oh,
the question is,
good idea.
Is there enough time in those 2 movies for him to be the villain of 10 Part 1, to have turned around and be the hero / in the family in Part 2?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
All right.
Because remember that one lady survived the last one, the drone lady?
She's going to be the main villain.
She'll be the main villain in Part 2. And Jason Momoa will be the villain in Part 1. He'll get talked no jutsu'd into being part of the family. And then he'll team up to be the drone lady.
So that brings it to, it'll be Vin Diesel. But John Cena's going to be back, spray tanned.
Which one do you think is going to get a superpower? Because that's the only.
They all have superpowers.
No, which one do you think is going to get like genuine, actual superpowers? Because the only way they can do that.
Shaw.
No, they didn't have like actual powers though.
No, Idris Elba had the bionic chip that made him strong and stuff.
In Lab Rats?
People's moves.
Yeah, no. Which one do you think is going to have actual superpowers?
Like just straight up?
Just straight up, like freaking the Flash
like
and
Vin
stuff.
Petrol.
Like explained, or like they're
like vaguely explained, but like just generic superpowers.
I think Vin Petrol will get it.
So Vin Diesel, what power do you think Vin Diesel's gonna get?
Family.
No, I think he'll get the power. No, shut up. He'll get the power to transform into a car, like Optimus Prime.
No.
He'll go
He transforms,
and he'll run over the people.
He transforms into gasoline because his last name is Diesel. He just transforms into a little puddle of diesel.
And that's gonna be the show for this week.
No, we got more.
No, but in reality, it's gonna be a movie where Jason Momoa, John Cena, and
it's gonna be a dumb movie.
Because remember they're trying to get The Rock back. I think what they're gonna do is kill him off screen. That's how they'll make Jason Momoa intimidating. he'll have killed the Rock off
killed the
screen,
Rock. Yeah,
and that's also why he won't be there.
Yeah.
And that'll also make the characters
And they'll
motivated to fight.
have footage of him kill a guy who looks like the Rock with a bag on his head.
The back
No,
because
no, he'll have a bag on his head and he'll be like captured and he'll shoot him in the head and he'll be like,
No,
Rock's
there'll
dead.
be a guy who's like shadowing.
I
you
just
can't
told
see
you. You don't need to tell me.
No. It'll
Sam.
be. Okay, guys, all shadowy. He'll be saying it's about drive, and then
Okay, yeah, that's why we didn't want you to talk the first
No,
time.
Sam. Because Vin Diesel hates him.
Uh-huh.
He'll have him killed off in like a goofy, dumb, embarrassing way.
Yeah.
Like his cool kid. Like I'll have him like
He'll slip on a banana peel and pee his pants.
and then he'll like get hit with a wrecking ball.
No,
or
Max, you know
something.
how Kazuma dies at like the beginning of Konosuba?
Oh yeah.
Where like he jumps in front of a what he thinks is a moving car to push a girl out of the way, but actually he misses. It was a slow moving tractor, and he dies of shock and pees his pants.
No. Sam,
do that.
Sam. He's got to push a guy out of the way of a light post to get hit by the light post to die.
Yeah. No. Here's what I'll do. So there will be an electric pole that's about to fall on a helpless young superpowered female that could easily survive.
And is indestructible.
He will run, jump in the way, grab the pole, electrocute himself to death for no reason,
Die. And then be brought back,
and then be brought back by witchcraft because there's another character that can do that.
Are you hyped?
This was a Titans reference.
Are you hyped for the epic conclusion of the Fast Saga?
I don't care. I've
You'll
only seen
see it though.
I've only seen two
No,
of
we
them,
won't.
and they were.
No, we won't.
I might.
No, we won't.
Maybe we'll
I
see
don't
it.
want
I
to.
might go see it with like Nick. All right, Hocus Pocus 2 has wrapped
No,
film.
you
Oh wait,
skipped
skipped.
one.
James Gunn confirms Guardians 3 will be the last movie we will see with the current team. Says it's so big and dark and different from what people are expecting.
I think
Sure.
he's gonna kill off 2 to 3 major characters.
He's gonna kill off Gamora. He's gonna kill off.
But they already killed.
Gamora's
off
already dead.
Gamora. No, but they got.
They'll kill off.
She'll be
Yeah,
back, and it'll be the
that's stupid.
2014
New Gamora.
version. Yeah.
He'll kill off Star Lord because his character arc's done.
I agree with that.
Who can they kill off?
I
Else?
think it's-
You
I think
can
the-
honestly kill all of them.
I think they're at least getting rid of Drax because he's done and Dave Bautista said he doesn't want to do it anymore. Star-Lord because his character arc is finished. He has nothing really.
No,
left
I don't
to
think
learn.
they'll kill Drax. I think Drax will just go live with the bug lady.
I think they're gonna kill him.
Disney's not gonna let him
Didn't you
kill
know
everyone.
like kill
Blow
kill?
up.
You get a maximum of like 2 deaths.
I think Star-Lord. I don't know if they'll kill Star-Lord.
I think
but they'll do
Rocket will
something to
die.
him where he won't come back. Or at
They
least for a
don't
while.
want Star Lord to come back.
I
so
think
they're gonna
Rocket
kill
will
him
die,
off.
and then Group will be all sad, and
Yeah.
people will be like, "Oh my
I think they'll kill
god!"
Chris Pratt. I think they're also gonna kill Rocket.
I don't want him to
I
kill
think they're gonna
Rocket.
finish
You
because his
can't
whole
kill
arc has been
Rocket.
like softening up and warming up to his. He has to die saving the
He'll
Guardians.
sacrifice himself.
No, he's got to die saving Groot.
No, he has to die saving the Guardians in general because it's his family.
No, he has to specifically because remember Groot dies in Infinity War and he's like, I can't save him. So this time he's got to sacrifice his life to
general
save
arc
Groot.
Across one,
Yeah,
and
it's him
two
like warming up to the
was
Guardians.
him because he hates everybody. It was
Yeah.
him warming up to, so he has to die saving them, including Groot. Obviously, Groot. They're not going to kill Groot again.
No, he's already died the first
and
time.
then plushies.
Yeah. No, I think he will die saving the team generally, but
Yeah.
more specifically Groot will be the main
Yeah.
focus of that scene.
And then Gamora, I think she'll live on.
Yeah, I don't think they're
I
gonna kill
think
her
they're going
second
to keep
time.
Nebula. I think they'll keep Mantis.
Nebula they'll keep because she's the cheapest of all of them to keep in the movies.
And I think this is his last thing too.
Who?
Guns.
His
James
last
Gunn's-
movie.
His last Guardians.
His
Oh,
last
Guardians.
His last
movie
Marvel
ever.
thing in general. 'Cause
Wait, does this come out before or after the Christmas special?
this will be after. They're shooting both of them at the same time. The Christmas special comes out in December, and then the movie will come out in May.
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna kill off some major ones. I think he'll leave. I think they'll get someone else to take this over with a new team of other various less popular Guardians members from the comics.
And Thor.
And maybe Thor.
Oh, maybe they'll kill. No, they can't kill Thor. He's
He won't be in
He's
it.
got to be in Love.
No,
and
he's
Thunder.
not in it.
Yeah.
Love and Thunder comes out first.
Okay. Anyway.
They'll be in that. But
Yeah, they'll be in that.
He won't be in that.
Okay, that's cool. Hocus Pocus is wrapped filming. I don't care.
Great.
New Line Cinema moving forward with Mortal Kombat 2 with Moon Knight head writer Jeremy Slater scripting.
Same.
Well, I haven't seen Moon Knight yet, so I don't know how good that's going to be yet. But
You have seen the Mortal Kombat movie.
I have seen the Mortal Kombat movie, and it's fine.
Are they actually going to do Mortal Kombat in this one?
Maybe we'll actually
That's
see the
real
tournament.
question.
Yeah, they have to.
Like, what else?
You can't have 2 Mortal
What
Kombat.
if it's 3 movies and it builds up to them just doing Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, you can't have 2 Mortal Kombat movies and the tournament's not in either of them. Like, that's dumb. They got to do the
Do you
tournament.
think they'll we know they're gonna bring in Johnny Cage because that was teased at the end of the last one.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna probably get a famous actor to do that. I think they want Chris Evans, but I don't know if he'll do it.
Ooh. I mean, Scorpion's not going to be in it.
I think they want
Sub-Zero was killed off at the
They'll
end. Those
get
are their two
Chris
biggest
Evans.
They'll
guys.
bring them back. They're
How though?
because one, they can just go to the hell world and they're usually there, and two, those are like the
They'll get Arnold
those are the poster
Schwarzenegger.
guys. Those are the Mortal
Yeah,
Kombat
those are the
guys.
big dudes.
Scorpion and Sub-Zero always come back.
Yeah, they always come
But
back. It'll be Mortal Kombat. Who cares? All right, Batman tickets go on sale Friday, February 10th. Guys, get your Batman tickets. All right.
Or don't.
Only 3 hours long.
Movie TV. We actually do have to review Boba Fett. We have.
Oh, right. This
We
week.
have to talk about Boba
Did we
Fett.
review Screamer Bell?
No, we were gonna talk about those.
Oh,
in
yeah,
a
we can
different
talk about
video.
those too.
Let's talk about those in a different video. But anyway,
We did that last time. We got to talk about it.
no, let's finish up. It's like 10.
What time is it?
So, Sam,
It's like 9:40.
what did you think of this episode of The Mandalorian?
It was very good. It was
Notice how I
probably
didn't call it the Book of Boba Fett?
yeah. It was not at all a
Funny joke,
Mandalorian
It was a
Tucker.
related.
Mandalorian episode.
Yeah, not
Okay.
at all Boba Fett related. Boba Fett was not even in it.
So Boba Fett's gonna be 7 episodes, right?
Yeah,
Like that's it.
I thought it was
I
6.
think it was supposed to be 6,
yeah.
and I think he moved the season premiere to the show and like reworked it a little bit. I think Jon Favreau doesn't care about Boba Fett and was just like,
Yeah.
I can't help myself. I'll just write
This
a
is so
Mandalorian
boring. I need to
episode.
put something cool in the, in
Yeah.
the show.
They are setting up major stuff for Mando season 3, and another interesting thing here is that Pedro Pascal was not in the suit at all.
Yeah,
It was entirely the double.
he's a voice actor now.
and he just did the voice.
Yeah,
Which is how they normally do it. But he couldn't be on set for this because he's been in Canada since like June filming Last of Us seasons 1 and 2, I think. So I think that's because Mandalorian season 3's been filming for a while too, because Carl Weathers said
just all the stuff that he's not in,
he's been working in.
Yeah.
I think they just have been shooting that stuff.
just
And
without
they're just
Pedro
gonna-
Pascal.
I think that they're just gonna wait for him to come back because I think he finishes shooting Last of Us in like March, and then they'll just run him into the studio, film the 2
Whatever
scenes,
scenes he has to do with the
two
mask
scenes
off.
he's had with
Yeah,
his helmet off, where he's with Grogu, and then they'll just quickly edit those into the. I think that's what they did with season 2.
yeah.
I think they filmed the entire show and then they ran him in for a week to shoot in the 2 scenes with his helmet off. But
Oh, Grogu, here's a ball.
one, I think
Yay.
Grogu is 100% coming back for season 3, like for the whole time.
Which I hate.
Yeah, kind of ruins this whole thing.
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, like narrative wise.
Like this-
Hey,
okay.
Baby Yoda will be making that cash. You gotta keep him that.
I
Baby
loved this Mandalorian episode because there wasn't a Grogu. Like, Grogu's a fine character, but it was just Grogu series the last season of Mandalorian.
Well, I just like he kind of he's
He
got
just
to be a
takes over.
Jedi. Like otherwise, what was the point of all that stuff?
I think he has to take him away so that the fans aren't constantly asking whether or not he died in that temple fire.
Yeah. Yes, or we
I
could
really
just
just want to see Mandalorian be
he's so
solo.
important. I think, like
lore-wise.
in any of the other expanded
No.
universe stuff, they would have talked about.
Here is the perfect solution to all those problems. Mandalorian season 3 takes place after episode 9.
I don't think they will. Do
Pedro
that.
Pascal is just a little bit older because I mean, there's not that much
I
time.
don't think they'll do
It's like
that.
20 years or whatever. Like you could still do it. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. Grogu would be a little bit aged up, just enough that his character can, talk.
I think they're gonna do that at some point.
Cara Dune can just, she died during the fight on the planet. She's dead now. Whoop-de-doo.
No, they'll just be. She's off fighting crime in another city.
No, you can just say she died fighting the Emperor on,
I don't
what was
think
that planet
they'll kill
called?
her. I
Whatever
think-
that planet was called.
I don't think they'll kill her. I think they'll just be like, she's gone.
Yeah.
She's doing something else.
Anyway.
Anyway. So we know it's built. They've said it's building up to a climactic story event. So we know it's Mandalorian season 3, Boba Fett, Ahsoka
Yeah.
is the other one. Ahsoka is supposed to start shooting soon, and it's obviously building up to the final war for Mandalore. Like that's against Thrawn, because Thrawn is who he's going to be in Ahsoka, but they're going to bring him in as the main villain.
Yeah.
But like, that's what they're leading toward. I think season 3 of Mandalorian will mostly be who gets to rule Mandalore.
That's what I hope it is.
And it'll be
'Cause
Din
he's got-
Djarin
'cause
sort
he's got
of
the dark saber,
becoming the
and we know
ruler, taking on the
Bo-Katan's
responsibility or
coming
whatever.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And-
want to see just Mandalorian solo adventures. Like, no, because Baby Yoda just distracts from everything happening.
Not really. He wasn't like that straight. Like he doesn't.
Well,
even
no,
talk.
but like
He's kinda there.
He just kind of sits in a bag and doesn't do anything. He
And he's
really didn't
cute.
distract much at all.
No,
He-
they just occasionally cut to him like doing
doing
a
a
cute
cute
little
thing.
eating
Yeah,
a
it wasn't
bug
that.
thing.
Anyway,
But the whole point of this show.
I don't know how on earth they could end Boba Fett with any important event.
I think they're gonna have it be he takes over from hell. He's gonna wipe out the Pikes.
And so
It'll be like a big war thing. I think he'll just get
no one cares about the Pikes. They're not that intimidating of villains.
I think it'll be a fun little finale. I think he'll get a bunch of bounty hunters. Like he'll go get Bosk or IG-88 or whatever.
That would be cool
and
to
they'll
see
all team up,
some guys
and
come
Mandalorian
back.
will be there, and they'll all fight.
Oh, that'll be Black Chrysanthemum's character arc too, because he's got to team up with Bosk.
Yeah,
He doesn't like the Trandosians.
They're all gonna team up.
For those of you who don't watch Star
They'll
Wars,
have a
that
fun
I
little
just spoke a totally different language for a second.
They're gonna have a fun little skirmish on Tatooine. I'll wrap that up. Boba Fett will be like, I have a criminal empire now, so I can give you ships or money or whatever.
And Mando will be like, "Thanks, buddy,
Thanks,
but I got
I'll use that later."
I gotta do other things first."
His new ship sucks.
No, his new ship is cool. I like his new ship. I like that it's just a modified Naboo starfighter.
It's cool, but also it kind of like
How is he gonna go to the bathroom?
It's very much just
this one doesn't have a toilet like
it's
the
very
old one
much
did.
yeah, it does. You just don't want to know how it works. It's very much like it's a reference to a previous thing,
Yeah.
but it's such a like those ships. No one has nostalgia for the Naboo starfighters, so I'm okay with it because that's not like if it was it's like another Millennium Falcon. It's the exact same kind of ship as the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah,
that would have been exceptionally lame.
No, the easiest thing would have been it's another Boba Fett ship.
That's
just also
I was
flying a
worried Boba Fett was just gonna give him the slave one. I would have been like, it's really lame.
Fire spray class ship.
Well, that's the class. They still said
That's what they
it's
called
still
it in the
called
Book
the
of Boba
slave
Fett.
one. But anyway,
No, Book of Boba Fett. He goes,
The
I gotta
problem
go
with
get my
his-
fire spray class ship.
yeah, it's
the
really
problem with his new ship is that in the Razor Crest he had all of his weapons and everything, and he had the carbonite guys.
exploded, so he doesn't really need that anymore.
No, but he had all the
got nothing to store.
carbonite, bounties that
Yeah,
he's
he can just
got.
knock him out, throw him in the little bubble in the back.
But
You
also
got the
no,
back bubble now. You don't need the. You
that
don't need
fits
that.
one droid.
Like, what are they gonna do? Punch the glass
No,
and die in
They're
space?
teasing
No.
it so that Baby Yoda's gonna ride in that
Yeah.
little cockpit.
Yeah. But I think it would also be funny if he put his captors in there, just boom, into the bubble with you.
No, so this episode was directed by Bryce Dallas Howard, who did a great job.
Fantastic job. I think better than the last episode she did.
If Patty Jenkins doesn't end up doing Rogue Squadron, found your female director replacement.
I found the one for
Yeah.
you. She clearly has a much better
eye for
understanding of Star Wars. Yeah.
Good episode. Best
The Dark
episode.
Saber. Okay.
Pretty neato.
I've had this argument with Star Wars fans all the time, and it made me so upset. Every time they were like, lightsaber blades have weight. It's canon because the dark saber was described as heavy in that one
Completely
part
different.
of the Rebels show. I'm like, you moron. That's the only heavy lightsaber.
Yeah.
And now we have canonical proof that
It's
it's the
almost
only really heavy lightsaber.
No,
the
and it's
entire
only
point.
heavy because they think it's heavy.
Yeah.
That's why.
And it has never happened with any other lightsaber. Han Solo was able to just pick up Luke's lightsaber and cut that thing's stomach right open. Like, no other lightsaber has ever been
don't have weight.
described or shown to be heavy.
the dark saber is
The
intentional.
dark saber is the only one that has ever been expressly used and described in that way.
Do you like that? He fought. What's his face? The Vizsla?
Vizsla guy.
Yeah. Do
Yeah,
you
that
like
was
that
cool.
he got? That
I don't
he's
really care.
no longer Mandalorian technically. So now
And then
the
later
show
on
will
in the
just be
show-
called
And then later on in the show, he's like, I'm a Mandalorian. Weapons are part of my religion. He says it again.
Well, he's not gonna
Even
go,
though he's not a Mandalorian
I'm not
anymore.
a Mandalorian. I just wear the suit. Hey, now he can take his helmet off freely,
That's true.
but he won't because the actor's not there.
Also true.
He could have just said that he
I think
didn't
he'll
take
go to
off his
Mandalore
helmet.
and bathe in the pool.
Yeah,
of
he'll do that at the end of
whatever.
season 3.
He'll go to the Lazarus pit or
And
something.
also, I think most of season 3 will be like the other Mandalorians being like, "You're not part of the weird cult anymore.
You're
You
not
can just
part
take
of
the
our
helmet off."
weird sect anymore.
No, I think they'll just do that at the beginning
No,
of the
because
show.
remember, Bo-Katan's like, "That's just your weird cult, dude. Most of us just take them off all
Yeah.
the time."
Even though it's maybe canon that the whole Mandalore only exploded because the dark saber wasn't earned properly.
It's mostly the canon is that the Empire
At
just
least,
went in there
at
and
least,
bombed
at least they
Mandalorian stuff is
clarified
kinda
that
stupid.
that massive plot hole.
of why
Only you have to win it through combat. They explained
Yeah.
well, except for this one time it wasn't, and look what
and
happened.
that's what happened.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like that.
So yeah, I mean that all.
Looking forward to Mandalorian season 3. I guess I'll watch the rest of Boba Fett.
Yep, same.
I'm not super hyped.
Rumor time: Tom Cruise to play alternate universe version of Iron Man and Doctor Strange 2. That'd be fun, but it's not going to happen.
Get it? Because it's a reference because he was supposed to play him in the 90s.
Yes.
But the movie didn't happen.
The Rock in talks to star in Call of Duty movie. I would be totally fine
Not
with that.
Fortnite.
All right, I think we're all good here, gamers.
Started.
I think that pretty much sums it up. My computer is at like 13%, so we kind of got to wrap things up.
We'll see you guys
We'll
in the
see you
next
guys
episode.
next time.
Bye, everybody on the podcast.
We gotta hit the end button.
Next.